This is Dolynny TV, ladies and gentlemen. We have made it. We find ourselves half an hour away from game time. The Oilers, the Canucks, after 160 days. For me, 161, simply because, well, what do we know? We know that I did not stream Game 4 between the Chicago Blackhawks and the Edmonton Oilers. Instead, there I was getting my car fixed way back in the summer. So, my friends, it's been a long time. My apologies. We did chat during the World Juniors, and I was glad everybody came by and enjoyed that with me. But tonight we get back to Edmonton Oilers coverage and the bread and butter of this channel, the live streams, which, I mean, depending where you like, if you like maximum chaos, if you like doom and gloom, if you love celebration, no matter how you cut it, these live streams are for you. If you're tuning into your first Dolynny TV Edmonton Oilers live stream, welcome aboard. It's going to be a fun time. And I can only imagine the way the Leafs fans that were streaming this afternoon started out with being down a goal to the Montreal Canadiens and thinking that their season was already over by the sounds of it in their stream. I cannot wait to see what happens here tonight if the Oilers go down 1-0. Ladies and gentlemen, with that, good evening. Welcome in. Sam, welcome in. Jason, welcome in. Jordan, welcome in. Josh, Christmas Day, Hockey Day, you betcha. I'm all loaded up and ready to go. Rockin', welcome in. And Cody, welcome in, because it's Hockey Night in Canada. Well, it's Hockey Night in Canada every single time that a Canadian team plays this season, because it's all Canada all the time in this North Division. And just the way you tee it up, Montreal, Toronto, the early game before the Oilers get underway, I think this is kind of some sort of repeat from last season, if I'm not too mistaken. Toronto and Montreal tied late in a hockey game with the Oilers and the Canucks up next on Scotiabank Wednesday Night Hockey. Sounds familiar. It's a familiar script if I don't say so myself. I don't remember who won the game last year, but I guess we'll find out who wins tonight's game and we'll go along. However, I have to say Josh Anderson having 2 goals for my fantasy team is a big help, as Jake Gensel was absolutely useless in a 6-3 Philadelphia Flyers win today. Jeffrey, good evening. Welcome in. Glad to have you along. It's going to be a long night here. You know what? I'm telling you, I was out of bed at 5:50 this morning. Yeah, I was up at an insane, whatever you want to say, hour to be up. And you know what? Got work done. Went to work a whole hour early. And now we've got an hour to work with tomorrow that I don't have to be to work. So we've got the time to get this going. Josh, my man. The first super chat of the new year. Thank you so much, Josh, again. I try to explain it to you what it means, but I struggle with explaining what the super chats you guys throw at me mean to me. And I mean, I guess to Rockin's point, shall we tell you where most of that money, if anyone donates this year, goes to right off the hop, is the fact that I have a bet, and this starts tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the pregame I did not tell you about in the pregame, is the fact that starting tonight, we've got 11 games until February 1st. So that is until the end of the month. We've got 11 games between now and then. That means Jesse Puljujärvi has to score 6 points. Rockin's already predicting him to score the first goal of the game. But if Puljujärvi scores 6 points between now and February 1st, there's going to be a Jesse Puljujärvi jersey up on that wall. So when you see Josh throwing someone like $10 around, well, that goes out that way to make that jersey happen. And well, you don't know, right? It could possibly turn out to be one of the nicer Jesse Puljujärvi jerseys, that's for sure. So that's something you need to be aware of. You guys should definitely be stat checking that every time you get a chance, and maybe chirping me here on the bet I made against myself on Twitter. All right, maybe I need to find that right now because I want to retweet that as fast as possible. Dolynny TV Puljujärvi, and see if I can't find that Jesse Puljujärvi tweet there Why can't I find anything here? See if I can find anything. Of course I can't find anything. That's classic for sure. So we'll scroll through the tweets here and see if we can find you. 6 points. Well, that's the hope, right? 6 points, and then I own a Jesse Puljujärvi jersey. No problemo. So let's see. Curtum, welcome in. Hudson, Jordan, welcome in as well. Sorry, guys, just taking care of a couple of things here right now as I'm trying to find that tweet about Jesse Puljujärvi and everything that I had going. Maybe if I went to my analytics section on Twitter, I could find that as we go along down here, as it would be in my top tweets of, I think, November or October, if I'm not mistaken. Here's a bet. There you go. There it is. Let's see if I can get to this tweet here. And it would be, here's a bet. How do I find this, ladies and gentlemen? How do I find this tweet? Really not sure how to find this tweet. Let's see what we can find here. I don't know. Running on fumes already, trying to make things work. Sorry, my apologies. We'll get going here in a minute. It's November 2020. November. Here's a bet. There we go. Retweet. Is a half point per game player, right? So that's 6 points. There we go. That's retweeted on Twitter. We're good to go. We're rolling. We're rocking now. Let's get to it. Let's get to the chat. As Connor gets a hat trick, or he will have 6 points. I've already said that I am hoping Connor McDavid has a huge night tonight, and I'm hoping it's a 6-point night. I kind of talked about that at work, so not everybody would know what I talk about at work, but I guess there you go. That's a little bit of the information being traded back and forth at work. Ryan, you're tuning in from San Diego. My man, that's Josh coming up with the stats that it's 70 degrees all year. Guy could wish. Perfect golfing weather, perfect beach weather, perfect every kind of weather over there in San Diego. That would be solid for sure. And who's kicking off the Oilers season with a goal? Well, Sam, I think we covered off most of Puljujärvi on that, but I think we'd like to cover off Connor McDavid first. Just get it out of the way, right? Get Connor McDavid's goal out of the way to open up the season, the beautiful one, and then let's get to it, running a big-time score up against the Vancouver Canucks, who are JT Miller-less to start the season for the foreseeable future. And then we'll find out where the other depth shows up for the Oilers tonight. That's kind of the hard question, right? So Connor McDavid would be my pick to open up the scoring. Then again, Kailer Yamamoto, we have too many to pick from. And Mr. T, if you're in Canada, go with Sportsnet. That's your best bang for your buck, honestly, when it comes to the NHL. And if you want to watch all the extra stuff, no regional restrictions apply. I think you can get the $27.99 edition, and you can watch that way as well. So keep that in mind. There's a $27.99 or $21.99 edition. Let's get this going. Holden, do you think Oilers are making it to the second round this year? I'll tell you a story. I once did a video, might have been in 2020, that the Oilers were going to win the Stanley Cup. You know what I'm going to shy away from doing this year? Making bold predictions when it comes to the Oilers' playoff success. Let's just get where we're going one game at a time. I guess that's what I'm going to say. I'm going to really try and stay in the moment, enjoy one game at a time. There were a couple times last season people really got down about a bad stretch of hockey, and the Oilers still finished second in the Pacific Division last year. So I'm just going to really try to take it one game at a time, and once we're secured in the playoffs, then maybe make a bracket. But until then, it's every game's a playoff game, I guess you could say, in this 56-game season. So, yeah, I don't want to risk it quite yet. Checking in all the way from Millwoods, okay? Checking in just down. Millwoods, okay, sorry, I think 75th Street goes all the way down to the Millwoods area, does it not? I think so. Or else it's 50th Street. Edmonton? I know Calgary a lot better nowadays, but I could find my way around Edmonton, no problem, I'm sure. But I'm sure one of those two streets, because I used to travel that one all the time. And less than 20 minutes to go, Rock and hope. One can only hope it's less than 20 minutes to go because this Toronto-Montreal game looks like we're about to go to overtime, and that's a worst-case scenario across the Canadian division. There's already all the people on Twitter freaking out about that. And for the Oilers scoring, who scored the first goal, Caden? Like I said, I'm on board. I'll take either Jesse Puljujarvi or Connor McDavid. That would be my bet to open it up, and then hopefully we find something in between those opening goals and the closing goals. Drinks tonight, my friends. Water and lemonade. Decided to go with a little bit of both tonight, see if that doesn't change things up. And yeah, oh man, yeah, fighting that's tough. $9.99 a month for NHL Network. Phew, that's tough. And 1:34 to go in the third period between Montreal and Toronto. So that's what we need to know. They're probably going to overtime, which means we'll start right on time more than likely. Now let's see. Yeah. Trust me. I can't make words at the... Oh, here we go. Chance for Mikheyev. He doesn't get it going. Anyway, trying to get the chat all in order here is... Just trying to also get excited because, like I said, if you're just joining the chat this evening or you're just joining along in the stream, I've been up since 5:50. So if in the third period the Oilers happen to be down 1 or 2 goals and I'm starting to tucker out, it's not necessarily fully the game beating me down. It's been a long day, and I mean, when I need to get out of bed at 5:50 in the morning, that means I've been excited to get out of bed since about 3 in the morning, and I've been checking my phone every half hour did I miss my alarm? Did I miss my alarm? Oh, it doesn't seem as dark out right now. I must have missed my alarm. So, right? Just saying. All right. Oh, man. That lemonade's good today. It's been sitting in the fridge a while, so all the stuff's in the bottom. X-Snipes, welcome in. What is 2020 for me so far, Marion? 2020 is the year we make the big show. I'm going to say, this is the year we make the big show. This is going to be something big time. Because I'll tell you, so far in 2020, Dolynny TV, the channel, has gained over 250 subscribers. That doesn't seem too crazy. Too crazy. But what I'll tell you, I really appreciate that because that is, in an essence of itself, an insane amount of subscribers in a month, and if I have 400, that's like 5%, so that's tough. And Philip, you're watching from Mary Hill. Appreciate it. And Braden, sorry, Philip, didn't mean to cut your question short, but Philip, I can't show you the game. Can't show the game due to copyright. Would love to, but this is the best I can offer you, and I hope this is enough for you to get you going along. So, ladies and gentlemen, as I've retweeted that, yes, a Puljujarvi tweet and all madness has broken loose across Twitter. We'll find out what else goes on. So we're currently sitting around 35 people are coming along on the live stream. There we go. That's a solid pregame stream. And yes, Rockin', that's exactly what I was getting at, is hopefully hitting 10,000 by the end of the season. That'd be a solid way to enter the NHL playoffs. That is for sure, as we await overtime between the Leafs and the Montreal Canadiens. And looks like the Leafs have some history going overtime on opening night. Austin Matthews doing it several times. And yeah, you know what? Matthews in 2019, oh, it was against the Senators. Okay, all right, there we go. I thought it was against the Canadiens opening night. Guess it wasn't. And now here's the thing. Mr. T, do I think Jujhar Khaira will play with more intensity this season? I mean, even if he wasn't almost kicked off the team, you'd still need more intensity out of him than you got most of last year, right? So that's the big key, is he needs to come out, fire under his butt, and just play like a man possessed in this game. Hard on the boards, no turnovers, just crushing bodies, and do what you got to do to get the job done offensively and on the penalty kill, and as much defensively as humanly possible. We're not asking for a miracle out of a fourth-line centerman. Right, that's the thing. Before JJ was up on the third line, now we're just asking him to play replacement level hockey on the fourth line till we get Gaetan Haas back. That's the tough part, so I guess we'll see. if that holds up. But look at this. Look at this. We got the scoreboard back. We've got the scoreboard back. Man, that feels so good. I have not seen the scoreboard in a long, long time, so it feels good to see that again. Overtime between Montreal and Toronto. Michael, welcome in. I am doing all right this evening. A little bit tired, but we'll manage. And I think the whole Oilers team will play with more intensity this year. Brett, the only problem with that is maintaining it for 56 games straight. And we know the Oilers sometimes go in hot stretches, bad stretches, so it'll be interesting to see if they can do it for 56 games straight. That's the only question I have. Is now back the other way, the Leafs in on the attack. William Nylander stretching out the offensive zone, as I'm waiting to see if these guys are going to score a goal here and allow us to get to pregame coverage of the Oilers and Canucks. But he needs to prove himself as well as Chaser. Oh man, Chase on Kara. Oop, breakaway, Dano. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. We all were worried about the goalies in the early going. Look at some of the play in this 3-on-3 overtime. This is just sloppy at best. Oh my goodness. Yeah, so it's going to be that whole fourth line has to really prove themselves, right? Even Tyler Ennis is going to have to fight his way on this roster. Starting out on the fourth line, I'd expect him, if he proves anything, to move up to the third line, but it's nice to see him get a chance to kind of start the season off slow, I guess you could say, because, right, coming off that leg injury, get into game action, and man, this overtime is just terrible. Just terrible. But what new Oilers players are you looking up for? I'm looking for Turris Puljujarvi to be really impactful. That's all I'm saying. Turris and Puljujarvi, if they get it going, we're going to be just dandy. Yeah, this Toronto-Montreal overtime is some kind of mess. And now, like, there's been a couple breakaways, and they're just passing back, and I don't even know. Hudson, this season is going to be interesting. Well, if this overtime between Montreal and Toronto is telling us anything, it's going to be absolutely interesting for sure. So, ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you, if you're just tuning into the live stream, you're going to want to skip ahead probably about 12-15 minutes. If you're on the replay right now, like after the game's over, if you want to catch like the goal reactions and stuff, because we're still midway into overtime between the Leafs and the Canadiens. That's all I'm saying. This one denied there. And you guys, I'm stupid. I'm not gonna say I'm not stupid, but I'd have to be some kind of stupid to stream my television screen and get a copyright ban and all that. Trust me, it's not worth it. It ain't worth it. I got way too good of a thing going here with the Oilers to stream the game for all of about 2 minutes before getting a copyright strike and getting banned. All right. Death, you're going for the Habs. Well, glad to have you along again. And let's see what we can get going. 2:07 to go in this overtime. At least, thankfully, this game's on time and we're not waiting like this. Even if it goes to a shootout, we shouldn't be too delayed getting to the Oilers-Canucks game. And end of the day, I guess, here's the thing. I'm sitting here wanting to figure out what's going to happen in this game. And I just want to see it happen, right? I don't want to wonder anymore. I just want to see it happen. And that's going to be, ooh, man, imagine having Morgan Rielly. Imagine having Morgan Rielly in your fantasy team. That's a clutch OT goal there. Toronto wins. So, well, now it's no matter, I want to see what happens. The Oilers must win. This just became a must-win hockey game. That's all it is. And there we go. Sportsnet notification. It's happening. It is happening, ladies and gentlemen. The Oilers play in 15 minutes time. Can you believe it? That's that one tough go. All right. TSN Sportsnet will be talking about the OT Toronto win for 12 hours. Oh, they'll be talking about it for all the next, till the next Toronto game, which I believe is tomorrow. I'm not sure when Toronto plays next. All I know is the Oilers play tonight, they play tomorrow, and I'm going to be dead on Friday. Hip, hip, hooray. Let's get it going. Mike, welcome in. I've got a rookie Pool Party Auto. So hopefully it's good luck. Michael, that would be all right. Who's in net for Vancouver? I couldn't actually find that, Adam. I was trying to find that the other night, or the other hour, but I couldn't find it. Couldn't find it. I don't know why. They only had their opening night roster, not their lineup, their roster for opening night. Couldn't figure that one out, to say the least. As here we go, Jason, you're ready. Well, I think, and I hope we're all ready. But one thing I'll tell you, we're never ready for what happens in an Oilers game. Is there we go, Jeff Merrick. He's got those glasses on. They're really dark. They really darken his eyes in certain shots around the studio. So I'm wondering how Sportsnet will illuminate that for sure. And Dan, welcome in. I'm all right. No matter the outcome of the Leafs are rocking. We're just going to delete that. All right. I don't want to start anything like that in the chat here tonight. Being dead tired is better than having no hockey. Well, we're about to find out. We're about to find out tonight, that's for sure. And let's see, Dirth. I wouldn't get too down about the Oilers losing the opening game of the season unless there's something that goes tragically wrong. But I think the big thing is going to be just seeing how the team plays. And no, so Mr. T, Jack Michaels is not the voice tonight. Is Harnarayan Singh of Sportsnet, who will bring us the hockey game on our play-by-play. Louis DeBrusque is the color commentator for tonight's game. So it's the national television broadcast crew for Sportsnet. And then tomorrow evening, we will get our man, Jack Michaels, on the call. Now, you can listen to Jack Michaels on 6:30 CHED tonight, I do believe, so keep that in mind. And JT, welcome in. Long time no see. Glad to have you along. And Hopi is in net for the Canucks, as far as you've heard. Well, that is interesting. I don't know why you wouldn't give the start to Thatcher Demko. He's your guy, ride or die, I thought, this season, and they're giving it to Hopi. I guess we will find out as we go along. All right. Ibrahim, what's up? We got an Oilers game coming up here, and I don't know what happened to Morgan Riley, but he's bleeding worse than I was bleeding this afternoon. I hit my nose. I'm going to have a nice shiner tomorrow morning. And yes, this is the first season without Colby Cave, rest in peace, and more sad for lifelong Oilers fans, all the way dating back to the early 80s. Of course, this is the first season without Joey Moss as part of the Edmonton Oilers organization. So two guys long gone now at this point, and it's going to be interesting to see, I guess, what we see from the Oilers to honor everybody. And don't forget John Muckler as well. It's been a hard past about year in Edmonton Oilers land, so I guess that's another key point we got to look forward to tonight, to see what the Oilers do to honor three pieces the organization lost in the past year. Now, but JT, appreciate that. And the Canucks are bad and the Oilers are better. Well, Mike, we'll find out tonight. That's for sure. And Rockin', score first. That's the big thing. And you change your name, but I'm still going to good old UV. I don't know if you are. I don't know if you're going to be doing the fourth line minutes in the chat. All good there, Tim. All good. And still showing Leafs. Yep, they're going to show the Leafs all the way till 8 o'clock more than likely. It's going to be interesting to see when they flip to Oilers coverage, I guess. And let's see. Obadiah, been really appreciating the videos leading up to tonight, and we'll continue to tune in and support. Well, that was the purpose. I had to really get the excitement level up, and of course, I'll tell you one thing. I have not seen this much excitement on my channel in a long, long while. It's been a long time since we've had crazy days like we've been having here on Dolynny TV the past couple of days back to back leading into hockey season. So now we're looking forward to things definitely getting underway now Already 191 people have tuned into tonight's live stream. Remember, usually we see about 600 people through a live stream, so I'm great to see that to start tonight's hockey game. That's for sure. Be hopping back in for the break, so see you after the first. Sam, sounds good. Hudson, it'll be cool when the Oilers play the Flames February 6th. Hopefully everything's good to go and I can get things going with Boss Man there and maybe enjoy an evening off, maybe even that game. Ooh, I got 10 Oilers Flames games to stream, so definitely. And Campbell, well, that's the thing. We can talk about Kassian being affected by crowd noise. He had 4 games to be affected by a lack of crowd noise. Now, I'd like to say something. It's put up or shut up. I'd like to say something else, but put up or shut up for Zach Kassian on the top line without fans to start this season. G-Man, well, I don't know. You tell me how we've still got McDavid and Nuge and don't have a cup. Well, explain it to me. All right. Hansa, welcome in, all the way tuning in. And let's see, hopefully the hockey gods are in our favor. Well, if we can win a hockey review, we'll be good to go tonight, that's for sure. And friendly reminder to hit that like button. Michael's reminding you guys in the chat. Well, why don't I remind you guys as well? That's one thing that definitely helps out the live streams. If you guys can be so kind to spare a like on the stream. And oh my goodness, we're up to 75 people in here. That's not something we're used to here on Dolynny TV. All right, I'll give you a little history lesson. I've now been doing this live stream thing with the Oilers for 3 seasons plus the 2017 playoffs. And the most numbers we normally see here in the live stream is about 55. So to be up over 75 to start a hockey game before 8 o'clock, appreciate everybody coming on by and getting ready for what's going to be an insane game and spending a little bit of your evening with me. I cannot stress that enough. So, ladies and gentlemen, at the top of the hour, we'll get things flipped over here and get going. But I don't know if my voice will get going away too much because I still am on that 30-second delay. But, Jasper, it is happening. It is happening tonight. The Oilers get things underway in about 7-8 minutes time on Sportsnet, and away we go with a hockey game that's been a long time coming. It's been 161 days, I guess you could say, since I last streamed an Edmonton Oilers game. So I am all but ready for what's going to be a great game this evening, that's for sure. So ladies and gentlemen, with that, what I want you to say is, oh, hold on, just getting mod text. All right, let's see what we get going here. Yeah, so it's Harner Ryan Singh and Louis DeBrusque broadcasting tonight's game for us on Sportsnet, and then we'll get Jack Michaels tomorrow evening for the regional broadcast. That's how it's set to work. And let's see what we get going here is, yeah, so Camel, you've got, yeah, Sportsnet, and here's, okay, somebody asked me what my opinions on the broadcasting crew for the Oilers and stuff is now. All right, can I take the next 5 minutes here and just kind of explain, as a broadcaster who went to broadcasting school in 2014, so right around when Sportsnet got the rights to, I guess you could say, the rights to broadcast the NHL, I'll tell you this. It's very frustrating because with merging Sportsnet and merging CBC and a lot more games being on Sportsnet and CBC as opposed to anything really being on TSN anymore, it's frustrating because A, you started off with a huge list of hockey minds and stuff on Sportsnet, but then they quickly realized paychecks cost too much, and they've been cutting, and now you've gone from guys like Nick Kyprios and names, I think PJ Stock's a big name that was on CBC and is no longer on television. There's a lot of names that have come and gone, right? John McLean, or is it Doug McLean? Doug McLean. There's guys, I think John Shannon's even gone now. So there's guys all over the spectrum that have been let go by Sportsnet, just honestly, in my opinion, to save a buck. And it's frustrating because you get to Campbell's point there about can't stand the listening to Sportsnet anymore because it's all the same viewpoint. Because it is. It's, will you say what we want you to say? Okay, go ahead, and we're going to pay you. Or do you cost nothing? Okay, go ahead. Anyway, that's what it seems like to me. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, see what we got. Is the game today? Oh, Oliver, the game's in about 5 minutes from now. So keep that in mind. And tomorrow's the game. Tonight's game. Tomorrow's the game. we got back to back here. We're about to go from 0 to 100 within seriously 5 seconds from the time the anthem ends to the time the puck drops. Decided to be a Vegas Golden and Edmonton Oilers fan. MDD. That's all right. You know what? That's a pretty good, solid pick. Honestly, if you're from Alberta or if you're from Nevada, that's a really good pick because Oilers fans, if there's one thing they like to do, it's travel to Vegas. And stay tuned in the intermission, my friends, because we're going to have a very special moment hopefully upcoming to celebrate Connor McDavid's birthday. You want to talk about embarrassing on my part? It's going to be gold. Yes, sirree. So, let's see what we got else here in the chat. Just can't wait to see the second and third line can do, Cody. That's the big part. Is we no longer have to sit here and watch the McDavid-Draisaitl show on the top line and then it goes to crap after that. No, we get to enjoy 3 to 4 solid lines of hockey out of the Edmonton Oilers. And it's been a long, long time since we've been able to say we were going to be able to do that. So tonight, we get to buckle up and sit down for what's going to be absolutely fantastic to see. Big lines, and there we go. So the Oilers are honoring Joey Moss with their jerseys for warm-up tonight. I imagine those will be auctioned off to raise money for the Winifred Stewart Association. I imagine that's who that would be benefiting. That was where they sent the Joey Moss Memorial Fund to. So you've got everybody wearing their number and Moss on the nameplate. That is a fantastic tribute, and I hope there is some kind of charity aspect to that as well for the Oilers tonight. All right. Oh my goodness, Josh, did we really? Oh wow. Already over 100 viewers pregame, ladies and gentlemen. Unheard of territory here on Dolynny TV in the month of January. Appreciate everybody being along. Whether you're returning for your third season of live streams here on the channel, or if you're tuning into your first one, it don't matter. We're going to have ourselves a fun game tonight, and we're going to go out and enjoy a great hockey game this evening. Marcus, you're picking Cahoon to get it going. And we're going to see what happens tonight. Matthew, what are you saying? What happened to Cubs? And maybe I should just turn up my TV set a little bit here. All right. Anyway, Leon to score the first goal. Oh man, here's the thing. For the Oilers this season, there is no shortage of good guys to pick to score the first goal. We've been over that already earlier in the live stream, but it's tough to say who will be the first goal scorer when you've got 3 solid lines of 9 guys that could score and probably about 3 defensemen that could score between Jones, Bear, Darnell Nurse, Tyson Barrie, make it 4. What happens if the Oilers get a power play? Where's Yamamoto in all of this? Boom, right? Oh my goodness, it is fun and exciting. And look at that. Kyle Turris wearing those Oilers colors. Woo, 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 woo. Let's go, that's good. And James, I'm hoping the Oilers are winning this one. That's about the only option I have. There's Mikko Koskinen warming up. There's Mike Smith warming up. And yeah, I'd say, Matthew, that would be an error. Mikko Koskinen is on the ice for the Oilers. And yes, they are wearing Moss on the back of their jerseys. Like I said a few seconds ago, I'm hoping there is some kind of charity aspect to this jersey tribute for Joey Moss. Of course, the Winifred Stewart Association or whoever it benefits. It would be great to see the Oilers make an impact once again in the name of Joey Moss, who made an impact in the Edmonton community for years, longer than most Oilers did. Longer than most anyone in Edmonton Oilers history has. So I guess we'll see. But there's Kyle Turris, who's really hoping to have a bounce back year, that's for sure. And yeah, now all of a sudden there's talk about the Oilers having to trade to get Anton Forsberg back. craziness that is the NHL the past couple of days. I haven't been able to keep up with it. Don't forget that we also signed Devon Shore, so there's a lot going on, that's for sure. All right. MDD, I'm not even going there. I ain't even touching that anymore. They should have wore their retros first game. Well, Jackal, the only problem is the retros are a white jersey, so they would be a road jersey. I imagine we will see those busted out for that first road trip into Winnipeg, and I believe it's Toronto, the first road trip, right? Toronto and then Winnipeg, or Winnipeg. Yeah, Toronto and Winnipeg. All right, see what goes on. Why do people think the Canucks are better than the Oilers? Because the Canucks broadcasters are a lot more, and the Vancouver writers and stuff are a lot more vocal, I guess you could say. That's what I'm trying to say. I don't know what I'm trying to say. We're going to have a lot of that tonight. Is a lot of times I don't know what I'm trying to say. Ladies and gentlemen, that is your fun on Dolynny TV, is the enjoyment that I sometimes can't even make words and can't explain myself too well. And Holden, I'm watching on the Sportsnet stream, so I'm going to be 30 seconds, 40 seconds, 50 seconds behind everybody else, so I wouldn't worry about syncing up too much with me. That's not too big of a deal. I'm going to be behind, and that is actually too bad on my end. That's all. Yeah, see, can't make words. Sorry, I was reading about Niles Hoglander. I still don't know how to say his first name, and he's been around for, 2 years now. But you look at Braden Holtby, Nate Schmidt, and they're calling Travis Hamonic a key addition. Only in Vancouver would they call Travis Hamonic a key addition. Oh boy. All right. Anyway, I guess we're calling Kyle Turris and Jesper Puljujärvi key additions, so we won't worry too much about that. Now, the Canucks have done a good job of drafting, but I think the Oilers are deeper. Well, Death, I would say the Oilers this year finally have depth, and I guess the real question is, how does it all pan out? Does it actually work out, or does it bust like it normally does in Edmonton over the past 10, 15 years? All right, there we go. Jason will save the goal lights for when we need them. That's usually a bad sign, is when the goal lights are going, because normally we're begging for a goal at that point. And now we're going to see what's going on. Rick, hi from Vancouver. Go Oilers, go. And look at this. They've got... I don't know why you'd need that plexiglass there. That doesn't make much sense to me, but I guess it is what it is. They've got some kind of laptop there. That's an interesting broadcasting angle and everything. All right. So, Edmonton Oilers arrivals: Dominic Cahoon, Slater Cuckoo, Jesper Puljujärvi, Kyle Turris, Tyson Barrie. The fact that our GM, Ken Holland, was able to do all of that with the limited cap space, absolutely incredible. Yes, obviously, having Oscar Klefbom go on IR really helps, but it is what it is. And there you go. Slater Cuckoo. Okay, I don't think I've seen Slater Cuckoo with that much hair. That's really interesting too. And is this the 2021 Oilers versus Canucks, Sean? Yeah, it would be the 2021 Oilers versus Canucks. You betcha. All right. Sounds like the horn's going. All right. So PA announcer Al Stafford takes the mic. And now they're going to... Mikko Koskinen starts. That's what you need to know. Mikko Koskinen starts in net for the Oilers. For the first time in his Oilers career, he gets the opening night start. Ethan Bear on the blue line. Nugent Hopkins gets the start, so it's the McDavid line that gets the start for tonight's hockey game. Color me in. Let's get this going. Connor McDavid. Oh, excellent. All right. And now, Dan, I didn't want to be warned of that, because here we go. This is going to be the tough part. First off, they start with John Muckler. Big part. Man, some of these old photos, they just don't even look real. That's the crazy part to me. Like, that one that they showed with him and Gretzky, that doesn't even look real. That looks like a painting the way that photo looked. And, wow. Sorry, I'm just taking a second to take this in. I apologize if the stream just seems a little dead, but it's just something I got to take in here. Of course, being an Oilers fan, I imagine you're all taking it in, and that's why I'm trying to fill you in. There you go. Alright, so John Muckler, 1934 through 2021, 5 Stanley Cups with the Edmonton Oilers. A legend that might be a little overshadowed by Glenn Sather, but history definitely cannot forget somebody that key to the Edmonton Oilers dynasty. And this is the tough one, ladies and gentlemen. This is the tough one to get through. Now doing the tribute to Moss. Yeah. So they've got photos of him with all the players, past and present. They've got photos with him with the Edmonton Eskimos over the years, him and Kazian, him and George Larocque. And then the staff, of course. Him with Connor and Wayne and himself. And these photos, these are memories right there. Alright. There you go. That's how they do it. That's how they do it, ladies and gentlemen. That's how they pay tribute to Joey Moss during O Canada, which, if you're an Oilers fan through and through, you know there's nothing more to the national anthem than seeing Joey Moss in there every game, giving it his all at home. And that, you want to talk about an end of an era in Edmonton, that's one. Alright. You know, you think you're prepared for something, but you just never fully are, that's for sure. See? Stuff. Alright. Just gonna talk about emotions having to run high after this one. Gotta go out there and get a goal on the board ASAP because I'm gonna need it. Yeah, that's the thing. The Oilers have had over the years a lot of emotional game nights, and it's perhaps one, I mean, for me, sitting there, the most emotional Oilers game night I've had, I'm trying to keep it together for this one because we've had some time on this one, but the most emotional Oilers game night I've been to, and I'll tell you the story as we get ready for this hockey game, is the night or afternoon that was the Hockey Fights Cancer Night last season. I went to the game with X-Snipes Edmonton Oilers, who you've seen in the chat already this evening. And the story of little Emmett there, oh man. And seeing James Neal out there with him and his dad, oh my goodness, it crushed me and it still crushes me. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, let's go do this. Braden Holtby in net for the Vancouver Canucks. After a 25-14-6 record last season, goals against average, .897. 311 goals against average, .897 save percentage, my bad. And Mikko Koskinen in net for the Oilers, .275 goals against average, .917 save percentage, 18-13-3 record with one shutout last year. Connor McDavid into the face-off dot. I don't know who he's facing off against. That's what I'm looking forward to tonight. as Elias Pettersson on the bench. So it's Bo Horvat, the face-off, and this one tied up and scrambled up there nicely by both sides before being worked out there by Ethan Bear, who will chip it into the offensive zone off the corner boards right back into play. The Vancouver Canucks create the breakout, flip it into neutral ice. Back the other way, Bear and Nurse on the defense. That's Connor McDavid getting down low, throwing a hit behind the net. Heck yeah, that's what you like to see. Connor McDavid all the way behind the net, throwing a hit. And now you've got this puck being flipped out there by the Oilers. Chipped there and going to be fired in by the right-hand shot of Ethan Bear. Now the Oilers again on the forecheck. And that's Connor McDavid missing a hit. Kind of doing a little bit of flyby there. This one's going to go back down the ice. And that will be an icing. Caleb Jones over the boards. His first shift of the new season. 19 to go in the first period. Can you believe that? We are off and running in the Oilers season. And yeah, so for the Oilers, they have the keys to winning tonight. Well, details of winning hockey. That's all you got to know, is you got to play those winning details to a T, and that's the Oilers' keys all season long. Besser with it now. High point in the Oilers zone near side. Down low to Elias Pettersson, back to Besser. It goes across. Quinn Hughes, there's a shot, and, well, that's off the stick or glove of Mikko Koskinen. That's the first shot of the season against the Oilers, coming from whoever's playing alongside Quinn Hughes on the defense for the Canucks. Now behind the Canucks net, the Oilers still yet to set up an attack here in the first minute. Realistically, this puck's been bouncing around a little bit. Now Leon Draisaitl gets it on and gets it down. He's going to play it off the boards, play it to himself. Now high point, there's Tyson Barrie across. Slater Cuckoo rips the shot. That's the first shot of the year, and that's a save by Demko, or Holtby, I want to say Demko. But I missed the lines already, so that's an interesting part. But you see, Joseph, welcome in. As this is the first shot of the season there off of the glove of Koskinen, and then Slater Cuckoo fires the shot, and it's saved by Braden Holtby. So now you've got the new look 13, Jesse Puljujärvi, looking solid out there. I think he was dropping his stick already to begin with. Not looking too Yaroslav Askarov-ish, but still dropping his stick, getting it going. And 18 to go. Connor McWilson, well, that might just be his name this year, Joseph, as we've already seen him throw a hit early in this game. That's another icing. The Canucks with 2 icings in less than the first 2 minutes of the hockey game. And you like to see it, the Canucks having to play some tough defensive face-offs. Good shot from Cuckoo there, too. It was definitely nice to see Cuckoo go out there and get that going. And Connor McDavid, he's going to line up for the face-off. It's going to be tied up, one back by the Canucks. They're going to flip it out off the boards, and this one's going down the ice again. And how about that? A second icing in a row, only 8 seconds later by the Vancouver Canucks. And my goodness, first period starting to grind to a halt here. If the Canucks would want to play open hockey here, we'd be getting going, but let's do it. 18:03 to go in the first period. The Oilers win this face-off, so now the pressure's on. Zach Kassian, side of the net, jamming away at it. Hope he can't find it. Connor McDavid's got it. That one goes off a Canucks stick past Ethan Bear. Down the ice, there's Mikko Koskinen out to play it. Now Bear back with it near dot in his own zone. He's going to move it into the neutral zone ice, and, well, Nugent Hopkins plays it off the boards. Little out ahead of Zach Kassian. Nuge goes after it. Now tipped in, kept in by Darnell Nurse. Nice little play at the blue line. Nuge playing it off the half wall. He's going to dance it back down into the corner. Connor McDavid across to Kassian behind the net. Back now to Darnell Nurse, who sees it get past him at the blue line. And you want to see Darnell Nurse really take it in the offensive zone as well. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you're just tuning into the Sportsnet broadcast and wondering where Jack Michaels is, this is a national game. This is not a regional game. It's a national game. You'll see Jack Michaels on Sportsnet tomorrow. This is a national televised game. So you got Harner Ryan Singh and Louis DeBrusque in the broadcast booth for this one on Sportsnet this evening. So, let's get this going. 16:53 to go in the first period. The Oilers now trying to jam this one forward. Tyler Ennis, nice play forward. Chase on over skates, a bouncing puck, and the Canucks back the other way. Elias Pettersson chips this one in the middle of the ice. Nice poke save by Mikko Koskinen as it skirted across his crease. Now Chase on jamming this puck forward, looking all kinds of for it. and can't get it going as this one's going to go down into the Canucks territory. You got to see what goes on as they get into the neutral zone, flip this in. Neither team really a sustained attack here in this first period, as this one now maybe starting to set up for the Canucks. They've got maybe about 5 seconds of zone time so far. Quinn Hughes walks this off the boards, tipped there by Tyson Barrie, who's playing tough minutes behind his own net. Oh my goodness, I thought he wasn't able to do that. Couldn't be us. As now, back the other way come the Oilers. You've got a line of 3, Cahoon, backhander, stopped by Holtby. That was a very close chance for Mr. Dominic Cahoon. Would have been nice to see him cash that. As I'm still yet to see Kailer Yamamoto. Has anyone seen Kailer Yamamoto? I'd like to know that. As there, I think he's across and on to the ice now for the Edmonton Oilers in front of the net. You got Cahoon working it down. It's going to go to the blue line, and it once again missed there by Ethan Bear. And well, he'll get it going. That's really been the story of the game so far. The Oilers have had a couple of chances in the offensive zone, and it's just been a couple of pucks bouncing, and that's Josh Archibald still out there. Oh, no, that's the third line now. But Josh Archibald, he's played some minutes so far in the first 4.5 minutes of this hockey game, but there's a nice chance here. We're going to recap this one. Draisaitl driving the middle off and across, and there's Yamamoto, the trailer, looking for a rebound off of Cahoon, but it ends up going into the corners. Cuckoo has been active in this hockey game. Let me tell you, I've been very interested to see how active Slater Cuckoo's been doing in this game. That's for sure. As now Ethan Bear's going to rip this puck into the zone behind the net. Kyle Turris there. Now both players come along, Puljujarvi and Turris. Puljujarvi, look at that. He just backed up Bo Horvat with his back. Just skated backwards into him, and Horvat had no room to go anywhere but backwards. That's beautiful to see out of Puljujarvi. I mean, yeah, sure, minor things, but details of winning, right? As this one, another shot there by the Canucks. Mikko Koskinen battling for crease position. So far, not really any difficult saves for Mikko Koskinen, but he's had a couple of good ones so far. As now down Josh Archibald off a pass from Jesse Puljujarvi. Kyle Turris getting it going. He's going to go behind the net. This shot across the crease and way out of the zone. They're trying not to take a penalty there where the Oilers, so they get that one free. Now Zach Kassian going to chip it into the Canucks zone. He wins that puck battle over top of Alexander Edler, who once the puck got past him, battled it just last second, kept him down low. Now you got Connor McDavid digging in on the boards. Ryan Nugent-Hopkins digging it off the boards. Nuge, stick check on the Canucks defender. Now McDavid forces the puck. It goes out of the zone as the Canucks work it into the Oilers zone. This one's going to be flipped behind the net. Adam Larson has to turn it around. Caleb Jones gets it out. Nice little breakout there by the Oilers. Dandy little play. And now Nugent-Hopkins is going to try and flip it in. It goes right off the boards past everybody, but somehow Nuge gets a stick on it. Kassian finding it, trying to slide it side of the net. Does to get Nuge, who gets denied off the pad of Holtby, who you have to give credit. Holtby's looked all right so far too. That's been the nice part for him, and now we all of a sudden have some wide open action in this hockey game. And the Oilers and Canucks going for a couple of shifts extended wise so far without a whistle. As 13:24 to go in this first period and a couple shots both sides. Realistically, you know what? It looks slow. That's what I'll tell you right off the top. It does look slow. It really doesn't quite have the pace of a regular NHL game, but give them a few games to figure it out. The Oilers have been off 160 days, and there you go. Mikko Koskinen is going to freeze that puck. And let me tell you, Slater Cuckoo is looking, Michael, to your point, very solid. And Drummer, yes. James Neal is out for this game. He should be back either, I think, for the game on Saturday or the game on Monday. It's what I'd expect from everything I've heard about that. So, whew, right? We got it going. That's how we get it going. And Hadley, why can't I show the actual game? Because it's copyright. And as much as I'd gain subscribers, I'd get shut down before I gain a single subscriber because there's such a thing as copyright. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, I've missed a lot in the chat, that including, I'm sorry if I pick and choose people in the chat, but when I know somebody's in the chat that I haven't mentioned yet, I have to mention them. Kevin, my man, welcome in. You think you've missed this. I've missed this too. And I mean, at least you've missed this because now you have something else to do in the house other than board games and stuff. I'm not saying that's not great, but when you get your Leafs back, I imagine that's a pretty big day in Kevin's household. Just going to say. And I imagine having the Oilers back is just as big of a day in Kevin's household. I may or may not have some insider info on that one. And don't know who to cheer for, Albert. You live in Edmonton, born in BC. Well, were you raised a Canucks fan or were you raised without an NHL team? That's all I got to say. That's the big question. So, let's get it going. Some live stats. You want some live stats as we're on commercial break? Let's get it going. Let's find out what we can do. As the Oilers sitting here. Mikko Koskinen making 2 saves. Braden Holtby making 3 saves so far this game. Josh Archibald starting the season with a shot block. You've got Nugent Hopkins with a shot. You've got Cuckoo with a shot. And you've got Dominic Cahoon with a shot. Hey, yeah, I remember all those shots so far. So there you go. Scotiabank North Division. 9 times for the Oilers against everybody out east. And, of course, 10 times against everybody out west. All right. And again, guys, if I have to voice this, Tim's been doing a solid job in the chat making sure it's voiced. We just don't allow swearing in the chat because YouTube really frowns upon that first off, and secondary to that, we want to make sure everybody who comes to enjoy the chat can enjoy the chat without me getting in trouble for teaching somebody's kid a new word, maybe? That's what I'm trying to say. Icing against the Oilers after a face-off win. 12:52 to go in this first period. Draisaitl wearing the A and those Navy jerseys looking so solid. Looking it, that's for sure. And what's the time my game is lagging? It is 12:52 on the clock, Cody. So that's where you want to try and find things here is now. We're going to find Leon Draisaitl in the face-off dot, trying to win another draw. How about that? He does it again, and the Oilers are going to flip this one off the boards down the ice. And there's Quinn Hughes to meet it, who, by the way, I needed a defenseman in fantasy hockey, and I might have taken Quinn Hughes. Don't riot. Just saying, don't riot, but I may have taken Quinn Hughes in fantasy hockey. I do have Tyson Barrie for good measure, though. Keep that in mind. And, well, you get a little stat pack here on Leon Draisaitl versus Vancouver last season. That included 6 points, including 3 goals. Yes, sirree. Yes, sirree. I like to see that. All right. Face off in the Canucks zone. This one going to be worked across. Cuckoo takes the shot. Blocked there. Barry's going to slap that one. Ooh, man, just nailed him. Just nailed him. Whoa. Oh, that hurts. Nate Schmidt down. And he's hurting. And looks, oh yeah, the trainer's coming out. Wow. Well, at least, we were told Tyson Barrie likes to shoot the puck. And he will wire it from anywhere. And he wired that one big time. Nailed Nate Schmidt right in that collarbone neck area. Oh, and you know what? It was deflected off a Canucks stick. It was deflected off a Canucks stick. That sucks. That really sucks. Nate Schmidt, 30-plus points in the last few seasons. Barry needs better accuracy. Oh, that's the first shot attempt of the year. Let him rein in a couple of chances here, and we'll see what his accuracy needs. 12:04 to go in the first period. Chance here for the Canucks. They can jam it there. Now, Connor McDavid doing a little bit of floating, but here's the thing. Connor McDavid, so far when he floats, he at least throws the body on a man, so it's not so much floating as it was last year. There's still some kind of punishment being doled out, but 2 Vancouver Canucks players close him off at the blue line, allowing his rush to end in Canucks possession. And this one's going to go back the other way into the Oilers zone. This one turned around. And that's going to be played there. Adam Larsson meets that puck. And, man, Adam Larsson, you know what? I've liked what I've seen out of Adam Larsson so far this hockey game. It's been solid. 11:24 to go in this first period. Chase on out there with Ennis and Jujhar Khaira. Khaira going to chase this one behind the boards. He gets wiped out there by, I believe that is Tyler Myers. That makes sense why he got wiped out. That's a much bigger man than Jujhar Khaira. And now, Adam Larsson going to find this puck behind his own net. Caleb Jones staying in front of the net, trying to battle his man off. Liking what I'm seeing out of this pair of Jones and Larsson so far. Haven't complained too much about them. And 10:48 to go in this first period. And Tim, I read your comment about an uninspired period so far. Yeah, no one's exactly coming out here and saying we're going to win this hockey game with this first 10-minute start, are they? It's looked slow. It's looked not exactly choppy at times, but just uninspired would be a good word. Here's Puljujärvi battling down low against a couple of defenders. Puljujärvi getting in there. He's getting to work, and he's looking for this puck. As here's a fun stat for you. For the Oilers, it's game 1 of a 4-game homestand. Sorry, what year are we in? Sorry, how are we watching hockey? What's going on? Wow, absolutely wild. The Canucks now with possession over half. They're into the Oilers zone. Ethan Bear battles his man off there. There you go, X-Snipes. There's one for your fantasy team. Ethan Bear with a hit. And here we go. This one's going to get going here as Darnell Nurse plays it there. And it will be played there by Leon Draisaitl, who's going to play this one up. And that one's tough. Kyler Yamamoto trips that one. Yep. That's tough because Draisaitl played it right into Yamamoto's feet, and then Yamamoto, as soon as he turned around, the puck was on the other guy's stick, and his stick was right there, and the guy tripped over it. I'm sure that's what I saw. I will tell you, that's exactly what I saw. But, hey, we get to see the new look penalty kill go to work. Only one penalty killer up front, potentially switched out from last year. And of course, they're not going to show the penalty here against Yamamoto until after the commercial break because you got to make your money, right? So, ladies and gentlemen, let's take a second here and breathe. That has been a heck of a start to a hockey game, that is for sure. As I'd like to thank everybody that's tuned into the live stream so far, all 1,815 of you. Alex, you're watching on the TV. There you go. That's decent. As I'm just going to quickly check, the pregame has 300 views. That's an alright day. And for whatever reason, my Edmonton Oilers versus Vancouver Canucks real-time reaction, which I used the exact same photo as I'm using for this real-time reaction, has 14 views. So that's interesting to note there as well. And there we go. Ladies and gentlemen, a big night here on Dolynny TV, and I am glad to have you all along for what's going to be a great rest of the season, we're sure. Now the Oilers just need to come up with a big kill, but what else I have to say is if you're new to the channel, you need to think about the rest of this period, considering hitting that subscribe button for me and sticking around for tomorrow night's live stream to boot. Alright. Let's see what we got in the chat here. Yeah, huge kill. That's what you guys are talking about, Stefan. You're tuning in from Sweden. Well, I appreciate you tuning in again from Sweden. That's huge. I did not expect everybody from the World Juniors to make their way back, but you know what? Glad to see everybody coming back again. And Clem, no suit. The suit is for Saturdays. We'll have a suit on Saturday, I guarantee you that. Kyler Yamamoto, still can't believe that tripping call. Let's watch this one. So, oh man, no, that's even worse than I thought it was. Oh man, that's tough. That's tough. Alright. Let's get to this penalty kill. Kyle Turris set to become a mainstay penalty killer for the Oilers. Problem is, you got to win that face-off. Instead, he loses it. Now Quinn Hughes with possession. Shot misses wide. And now we get this going. This one here. Cross. Pettersson. Nice shot. Ooh, saved by Koskinen. 9:04 to go. And here we go. 9 minutes to go. And this one down the ice. First period, winding down inside the last 9 minutes. Elias Pettersson setting up the power play with 30 seconds to go. The Canucks gain the zone, make a couple of passes, D to D or point to point, however you want to say it. As now they'll work in, look for that shot. There's Pettersson looking, now Hughes looking, now Pettersson. Near dot, far dot, and blocked there. What a stick in the lane by Ryan Nugent-Hopkins. Jujhar Khaira on the penalty kill. He's not caring. He's going to float a shot on there. How about that? How about that? Mr. Jujhar Khaira with the Oilers' 4th shot of the season. Wow! All right. Perfect. Good to see. As now we get it. Rowan, welcome in. I do remember. The name looks familiar. All right. Anyway, back to it. Penalty kill here. Sorry, I had to take a sip of water. Brock Besser with this puck. the Canucks power play. They've had a couple shots. How about that one there? Saved by Mikko Koskinen. Top dot, slap shot, no goal. This one back across. The Oilers defense kind of collapsing towards the net. Slater Cuckoo out there on the penalty kill, it looks like. That's interesting as well. Having a third pairing defenseman capable of killing penalties. Couldn't be us, but it is us. Ooh. First period, 7:44 to go. As now 19 seconds left in the penalty kill. And I'm imagining so far, for a rough-looking penalty kill, they're running into each other. They're doing all kinds of things that maybe they shouldn't be. But the Canucks power play doesn't look that good, if I'm going to say that very honestly. 7-4 the shots for the Canucks. We need some action here. We need some big-time action. There we go. All right. I see the chat. Shot, save, push down in front, and that's going to be a penalty, as that's Jake Virtanen, who may or may not have been a very heavy player, gets going in and hits Kailer Yamamoto from behind. And so Yamamoto draws the penalty to redeem himself. That's a 100 IQ play. That's Kailer Yamamoto for you. All right. Bang. And here we go. Oilers power play coming up. Oof, that was a nice save. A really nice save by Koskinen. Now that's a save, and look at that chance for Yamamoto. Can't find it because he gets buried from behind. Jake Virtanen for cross-checking. Okay, I don't know what, okay, sure. I guess I don't know what else do you call it, but here we go. Power play time for the Oilers, who were 29.5% on the power play last season. Tyson Barrie, let's get it going. We get our first look of the new season. This one's going to go out of the zone, and yes, Yamamoto drew a lot of penalties last year, so that's the nice part. As we know, with Nygaard out of the lineup, we do have a guy that can do it. And this one's back to the point. There's nice play. Give and go with Barrie and Draisaitl. This power play. Setting up. Nuge going to risk that shot. It's going to go back behind the net. Chase on playing down low. Barrie skating across there to meet it at the point. He's jamming that one, and it's going to... That was a very cleft bomb play of you, Tyson Barrie. Trying to force that one through. But again, look at that. Nice defense. Not the greatest defense by Tyson Barrie, but effective defense to get it going. You got to like that. And now you get this one on the attack for the Oilers. Draisaitl, half wall, down low, getting it met, and Connor McDavid just skates right by that puck. And I'll tell you, I'm not very impressed with how Connor McDavid's been skating by things a lot this game. I expect a lot more engagement, and it's kind of looked like he's been on the edges a little bit tonight. This one, Connor McDavid skating around, and again, just a weak dump pass to Bear. And here's the other thing. We're going to allow Connor McDavid and Leon Draisaitl to stay on the power play all couple of minutes again. Why are we doing that? Why are we allowing Connor McDavid and Leon Draisaitl to stay on the power play for a minute and a half? Although I will note that yes, Puljujarvi is out there. Got Kyle Turris out there as well. He's skating in there. He's going out there with Puljujarvi. Boards now. Nurse down to Puljujarvi. This one tipped and battled there. That's, I believe, Tyler Ennis. Tyler Ennis on the power play. Okay. Shot blocked in front. And I mean, I guess if the Canucks are going to have a sloppy power play, we might as well follow it up and have a sloppy power play ourselves. What else are we supposed to do? And Nurse back behind the net. He's got that going now. You got Bear going. He's going to jam that one into the middle of the ice and thankfully cleared out Zach Kassian to Kyle Turris. Turris is going to fire this shot up and out of play. Oh my goodness. Yeah, so I mean, new season, same old complaint. I'm not sitting here being a grumpy pants about it, but I mean, you'd expect we add all this depth and you'd expect we switch things up, but there's Leon Draisaitl and Connor McDavid still on the ice a minute and a half into a power play. You know what they say about insanity, right? What the definition of it is? And yeah, both teams are a little sloppy right now. Both teams are a little under-engaged, I guess you could say. All right. Let's see. Let's see what the stats are saying. Tyson Barrie with a block to start this game. Jujhar Khaira with a block. He's got a shot. I mean, Darnell Nurse's got a shot. Kyler Yamamoto's got 2 penalty minutes. And here's the thing about the Oilers' ice time. Tyler Ennis has played 1:47. Khaira 2:36. Jesse Puljujärvi's only played 2 minutes and 4 seconds on the ice so far this game. That's incredible. That's all Jesse Puljujärvi's seen so far this game. So that's something to pay attention to here early on in the season. Heath will catch you. And yeah, interesting for sure. Didn't help the passing for either team. No, both teams coming out with actual pressure on them. Not saying there's great pressure on them, but there's actual pressure. And Mitch, yes, fans play a big aspect, but you know what the situation is. If you don't want to rise above it, I guess not. And that's kind of what we may be seeing here. But that puck there forced by Tyson Barrie. Your right-hand shot defenseman on that play, you got to just fire her down the boards on your backhand and get it going. That's all I'm saying. All right. So here we go. 4:43 to go in this first period. 7-6 the shots on goal for Vancouver. Now this one going to be played on down. There's Connor McDavid behind the boards. And here's the thing. I'm really not understanding what Connor's doing, just playing off the boards the way he has. This one. Okay, that's a goal. Yep, that's a goal. Bo Horvat, his first of the season, the first of the Canucks season. And yeah. Caleb Jones gets caught up the ice. Zach Kassian goes and... Who do you fault there? Hold on. No, just watch this with me. Zach Kassian goes to play the man. Alright, Zach Kassian's playing the man. He's caught up to the man behind. Zach Kassian has allowed that man not to be a threat. On that play, Zach Kassian has made the man, Tanner Pearson, not a threat. Straight up. But then Adam Larsson engages the man to try and shovel him off like there isn't a man streaking down the middle. That, my friends, is the stuff that makes me question Adam Larsson at times. That's tough, but we'll move on. We're only down 1, and I mean, end of the day, it's 1 early in the game. Go case in point how we played Vancouver in the opening game of the season last year, and you'll have to tell me why I should not, or why I should be worried. This one's going to be played ahead now. Cahoon's in on the attack. 3:47 to go. As Yamamoto out there, he's playing it, grinding it down. Draisaitl looking for that puck as well. Everybody back behind the net, and this is just a stalemate back there. And now Yamamoto gets it going from behind. Oh my goodness, Draisaitl, nice chance, but it looks like it was blocked there by Virtanen. This one's going to go back the other way. 3:27 to go in this first period. And now you got this one going back ahead. Yamamoto going to fire this one into the middle, looking for Draisaitl, who's a little looking gassed there. 3:11 to go. The Canucks have it in the offensive zone. They're going to work this puck in to the high slot blue line area. Now rip it from the dots, and that one up and out of play off of Slater Cuckoo. 3 minutes remain in the first period. 8-7 the shots, my friends. 8-7 the shots early on in this hockey game. Here's the thing that I learned during the World Juniors. You want to stress out about the first goal. That's not exactly the best thing to do. So, let's see what's going on. There we go. Alright, text message taken care of. Now you got Ethan Bear working out from behind his own net. He's going to fire this puck up the ice. And now you got Vancouver behind their own net. This one played back up into Oilers territory. And here's the thing. There's really no good flow to this Oilers game, whether it be from the Canucks or the Oilers so far. As yeah, one mistake costs you. That's fine and dandy, but man, both power plays looked crap. Even the penalty kills weren't that great. I mean, that Jake Virtanen diving block on the Draisaitl play, that makes her a big difference. Mishu, thank you, my man. 99 on the board. As we're looking here to see if we can get something going. This one, Taylor Mott back the other way. There's a shot, and again, like, just... It just does not flow. It's just not flowing. And there's Jujhar Khaira throwing a hit on Antoine Roussel. You like to see that because Roussel's a big kid. You like to see Jujhar engaging the bigger guys. I mean, maybe, hey, you know what they were talking about all that Toronto Maple Leafs game? Maybe we need ourselves a fight, hey? Oh, a little old school hockey. A little old school hockey to get us going in this hockey game. Zach Kassian, you mind? Maybe everybody want to worry about the McDavid Nuge Kassian line. Why don't we see Kassian go run a guy over and then throw some fisticuffs? Wouldn't be a bad time. There's Connor McDavid flying. He's going to be offside. So Nuge has to leave it there. Kassian's going to get in on the forecheck now. A little bit outskated there by Quinn Hughes. That's kind of a little bit of a mismatch, I would say. And 1:51 to go in this first period. No. Khaira was just placed on waivers, never put down in Bakersfield. He was just put it down, but here we go. Caleb Jones going to fire this one into the corner. Now Nugent Hopkins going to take this one out of the zone. And this one's going to go in to the Canucks zone. Yep, off a Canucks stick. Off a Canucks stick it goes into the zone. Yeah, this is a tough one to get into. Even before the goal, I wasn't really into it. And I mean, after getting out of bed at 5:50 and being awake at 3:30 most of the morning, this could make for a long evening, my friends. It could make for a very long evening, and I appreciate everyone that's sticking with me through this. But yes, that's Tim for sure. That's the key, is just hope it gets better as it goes along. I'm kind of, if the Canucks score, I need Quinn Hughes to be involved for my fantasy team. Unfortunately, Quinn Hughes not involved, and Connor McDavid, Tyson Barrie not scoring on that power play, and tough to go. Is this one just, honestly, to sit here and say what's going wrong when 99% of everything's going wrong would be to pretty much nitpick something that you don't have to nitpick, when you can just say everything's going wrong, and it's not necessarily for the Oilers or the Canucks. It's for both teams all the way around. They're overpassing, and I mean not overpassing to the point that they're costing themselves chances. They're just not hitting their man. They're just throwing the puck 3 feet in front of a guy that's not even going to have a remote chance to be there. Draisaitl wheeling it up now. Second line opportunity here. Draisaitl probably the best chance of the period. That Cahoon chance earlier was pretty good too, but that's all she's going to have wrote for this first period. And well, we're back to hockey. That's all we can say after that one. That's what it is. And Michael, you wanna talk about something that gets me frustrated with that Nurse Bear pair? Before you trade Nurse, try him as a forward. 100%. Try Darnell Nurse as a forward. You think you have solutions in the top 6? Just wait till that. I know nobody likes that solution, but try it. Can't prove me wrong until they try it. And I want to thank everybody that's tuned into the live stream so far as we completed the first period of play. We are at 2,300 views on the stream. Thank you so much, everybody. That is very much so appreciated. And if Sportsnet accepted me a job or offered me a job, am I accepting it? That's a tough sell, because I would have to look at the job offer, and B, I would have to want a new job, and I really don't want a new job. I like living in Alberta. I don't want to go live anywhere else. Alberta's ride or die for me right now at this point in my life. So, team stats after the first period, that odd, hard to watch at times first period for the Oilers and Canucks. I'm not putting it just as an Oilers fan. I'm saying if you're a Canucks fan, I can't imagine you're too proud of that first period either. Shots on goal, 8-7 for the Canucks. Hits are 7 apiece, so at least the bodies have been thrown to some degree. Face-offs, 10-6 for the Oilers. Go figure. 2-2 the penalty minutes. And, of course, the giveaways 2-2. That'll be updated. The takeaways 1-0 for the Canucks over the Oilers. And block shots, 5-5 apiece. 0-0-0-1. 0 for 1 on the power play. Okay, I need to go get water. I need to go get things going, but we'll get back to it right away here. And, yeah. So, give me a second here. Ace, welcome in. Sam, welcome back in. And what am I missing here? Yeah, Mr. T, I think that's the thing. I'm just happy to have something to gripe about, I guess, right? Terrible first period from both teams, but at least there was a first period between both teams. Who knew, right? And here we go. Ace, only if you consider the fact it sucks. Well, it sucks that the game looks the way it does after the first period, just the way it panned out. That was lackluster at best, but I mean, what do you expect after 160 days off and a whole new team? Tough Cuff, good thing it's a 60-minute game, you betcha. And Michael, I am a sheet metal wholesaler. That is my job. And Ryan, welcome in. And going to get something to eat. We'll see everybody in the second period. Dan, sounds like a plan. I'm going to go fill up my water. And I'm going to go use the bathroom. So, ladies and gentlemen, oh no, they are not back. They cannot be back. But yes, they are back. If you missed my my broadcast during the World Juniors, okay? I need you to tune into this for a second. This is a little fun I had during the holiday season. So please do enjoy responsibly. It's coming. Coming. This is Dolynny TV. You may be wondering why I'm standing out here in nothing but a tank top in about minus 15 degrees Celsius weather. Well, let me put it to you this way. Why do people cheer for the Calgary Flames? Exactly. Some things just don't make sense. This is Dolynny TV. If you're ever wondering why the green screen behind me for the Dolynny TV logo word art back on the set on Dolynny TV videos is always messed up, well, consider this. In the same room, I can literally shadow box myself. Come on. You gotta be kidding me. If that doesn't give you a reason why, everything would be messed up sometimes. This is Dolynny TV. For those of you that don't know, this is the whole room that the whole set is in, right? The green screen, the jerseys, the stand-up bookcase, the pucks, the pictures, everything's in a certain situation on the other wall. However, there's stuff like this hanging up on the other walls. Yes, you've already seen a blank wall. I gotta figure that one out. There's stuff like this, and then suddenly there's stuff like this on the floor that you may remember from the old set. Gotta figure something out. You wanna help me figure that out? Let's figure that out. This is Dolynny TV. You thought these things were over, but don't you worry, there's this one still. What's the point of this one? I'm not entirely sure. Other than I probably need to still fill up my glass of water before I come on down to resume the stream. So, as I sit here and natter on about absolutely nothing, oh, wait, there I am, I better go now. I love those commercial packs because I've got it down to a science. I tell you, I got this mapped out like no tomorrow. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we're back. Hockey, not quite back on our television set. But, yeah. Alright, let's get this going. Yeah. And Ace, it was Adam Larson that blew the assignment because Zach Kassian had Tanner Pearson, all kinds of tangled up there, and then all of a sudden Mr. Larson thought it would be a good idea to try and step up and throw a big hit. That did not work so well. So I hope you guys enjoyed those commercials. That's just something I came up with during the whatchamacallit World Juniors to keep track of time, at least to fill time, I guess the proper term. There we go. All right, let's see. Tampa Bay 5-1 over Chicago. Ooh, boy, that's a big score. Colorado 1-0 over top of St. Louis. Ooh, I need to see what's going on in this Colorado game because I happen to have a guy factoring in here that I need to see Samuel Girard and Philip Grubauer make a whole bunch of saves. Well, Grubauer so far 5 saves on 5 shots. Like to see that, Josh. See the old teams coming together so far. Samuel Girard, where are you? How about a +1? Hey, let's get it going. And there we go. Let's see what gets going. And Ace, it wasn't. Yes, my graphics weird. That we just don't worry about that. That's just how it goes in the intermissions. As honestly, I would not call Adam Larson the Oilers' best D. He has not been by any means the Oilers' best D for a long time. Um, and Tim, yeah, that's the other side too. Is I guess you look at the play that goes back on that goal to Caleb Jones's pinch. Right, that's the hard part. Caleb Jones pinches on the goal, right, at the Canucks blue line. Puck goes past. Zach Kassian trails Tanner Pearson immediately. But the reason I fault Adam Larsson is he knows there's going to be a man coming down the middle. He's the only man back, and he gravitates to the boards. That's what irritates me on that, and that's why I'm upset about it. But what do you do, right? I've been whining about Adam Larsson for how many months? And Ace, who would I say the Oilers' best D in this game so far? Slater Cuckoo. Slater Cuckoo has looked excellent so far this game. The first shot of the game, right? Nice shoot first mentality early in the hockey game. Like to see that out of our D. We want to see more of that, and especially hit the net early, right? Matt Benning could never do that. So that was nice to see, and he played sound defense, had a good block mid-period, and it looked solid so far for sure. Let's see, what else? I'm looking up Slater Cuckoo stats. Yeah, so one shot on goal, one block, 5 minutes and 36 seconds on the ice, so not too bad at all. Somehow Connor McDavid had played 7:38 that period, and Darnell Nurse played 8:19. Ooh, gotta figure that one out too. All right, Aiden, welcome in. Spencer? Yeah, Cuckoo, there we go. Let's, I actually want to watch the replay of this, because I guess it would be McDavid, Nuge, that were the other forwards on the ice. Let's see. Let me see what I can find here. As hit by Mott. Are you serious here, Sportsnet? You serious? That's the best? Okay. Alright. That I was gonna say. If that's the best the Sportsnet's got is a hit by Tyler Mott early in the game as their only highlight, that's frustrating. Here we go. This one. Okay, Tim, you win this one. Tim, you're on this one. Where the heck is Connor McDavid? No, guys, right now, if you want to go watch this replay of the Oilers getting scored on. Connor McDavid doesn't take a stride after crossing half ice on that chance back the other way. Just seriously, go to sportsnet.ca, go to the Oilers stream of this game on their scoreboard that I'm using at the top of the website, and just seriously watch this. Just watch Connor McDavid full sell it, just straight up, not a single stride. He doesn't even stride. He goes from the Canucks blue line to the time the goal scored without taking a single step. Okay, all right. I had reason to be frustrated with Adam Larsson. That, my friends, is reason to be very frustrated. That is, let's just hope for not too many more of those. Yeah. Tim, I think we need to work on that a lot more. All right. Let me see what I can get here. I just need to reply to a couple texts and see what else we can get going. Here we go. Let me see. Here we go. Let me see. Is there any more updated stats? That's what I hate about Sportsnet. Let me tell you. I hate Sportsnet for the fact that they don't update the stats right away, but it looks like so far everything's going to hold steady. It was Yamamoto and Virtanen with both 2 penalties early in that period, or midway through that period. When were those? Midway through that period. And that was the story. Maybe the power play is not getting it done for the Edmonton Oilers. That might be a very good reason as to why the Oilers find themselves in the situation they do. Down a goal, I don't know. And Oilers, if they got Hamonic, I really don't think Hamonic's had much of an impact from what I've seen in this hockey game so far. Yeah. And yeah, so no. Guys, here's the thing. Playing around with the scoreboard, it'll go back to normal. It'll go back to normal in the intermission. Normally, what I do is I just hide the scoreboard during the intermission because I can't fiddle around with the scoreboard twice a game essentially when there's hockey on and when there's not hockey on. That's just because if you go to the sportsnet.ca website, they have an overlay during the intermission that comes up with just the key stats you need to know, and that's essentially how it works. Oh my goodness, those Avs jerseys are looking sharp tonight. Wow. Here we go. They're going to have something here on Joey Moss now. Okay, so it's anything for Joey tomorrow on Sportsnet. That's when we'll get to see that. And instead they've got this Joey written and narrated by Stephen Brunt, who does the best work for Sportsnet when it comes to tributes. There you go. Oh my goodness, young Wayne, man, young Wayne Gretzky. That is something you don't see enough of nowadays. That's for sure. All right, Philip, can't wait to see how the Canucks defense works out. Well, we need to work the Canucks defense. That's really all it comes down to, is working the Canucks defense. All right. As sorry, this is just something I want to watch. I want to watch this Joey Moss tribute here um, by Stephen Brunt here on Sportsnet. And Bicarba, I am a commentator. I actually, here, you guys want to check out, if you're new to the chat and you don't know who I am, this is the big question. If you don't know who I am, I have called hockey games in the past. I have done a lot of stuff over my career. So let me get this going here. I am a kind of washed up, not washed up, that's not the word I would use to describe it. The word I would use to describe it is semi-retired. There you go, semi-retired broadcaster in Junior B. So here you go. My play-by-play calls. You can go check that out, Bicarba, for you or anyone else interested in the chat. There you go. Go check that out. And it sounds like we're getting ready for the second intermission or second period to get going here. It's all good, Carba. Appreciate you being along. There we go. Man. All right, who's winning? Jay? Well, the Vancouver Canucks are winning to start this hockey game, but we got 2 periods left, and let me tell you, if anything was certain last year by the end of the first period, it was that the game was certainly not over. That is the hard part when it comes to the Oilers and Canucks. On season openers, back-to-back years, I don't think the first period tells you what's going to happen here in the rest of the game. That's for sure. So, now it becomes the question of how the Oilers respond, right? I mean, down a goal going into the intermission. Luckily, you didn't get totally crapped on. I guess that's the nice part. That's the nice part. We didn't get totally crapped on by the Canucks in the first period. And other than one bad play by pretty much everybody on the ice, not bad overall. I don't know. Again, I'm not very impressed with the period, just the way it went, just the way it looked, just the way it felt. So that's just me on that front, I guess you could say. So ladies and gentlemen, let's get to it. Puck drop coming up here shortly. Getting ready for what's going to be a solid second period, hopefully. We need this all right. Oh, got me all excited, Cody. Got me all excited. All right, let's see here. If we can find anything. 1-0 after the first period. Face-offs. That's what I wanted to check. So face-offs. Draisaitl 3-1 in the face-off dot. McDavid 5-3. So McDavid, even though he bailed that back check, was still doing something. Turris 1-2 in the face-off dot. So are you telling me Jujhar Khaira didn't take a single face-off that period? Jujhar Khaira, as the third line or fourth line center, playing 3 minutes and 14 seconds, did not take a single face-off that period. Okay. Tough go. But here we go. Okay. Okay, I was going to say, why are we giving out the top performer already? That makes absolutely no sense to me, but it's another tribute to Joey Moss. Okay, that makes more sense, and they're going to have Joey Moss as part of the anthem here. There we go. That's solid. All right. Shall we get to hockey? Oh, man. Here's the thing. Here's the thing. It's not even the fact that the Oilers need to pick it up. If the Canucks want to have any hope of winning this hockey game, they need to pick it up. Because neither team looked good at all to begin this hockey game. And now you'll see what Connor, Nuge, and Kazian can do to get this hockey game back underway for the Oilers here. And now this one's going to be back played. I got to quick cross my arms. It hurts my one elbow and shoulder. 19:51 to go in this second period. Already off. 10 seconds run off the board. Now the Oilers trying to work this one out. And here we go. All right. McDavid, Nuge, the Canucks. They're all moving their feet a little bit more. They're moving their feet. I like to see it. 19:35 to go. This puck hops down on Koskinen. Darnell Nurse plays it off of the pass from Koss, and now back the other way comes Connor McDavid, who's moving his feet. He's dancing. He's in. He's going to take this one to the net, try and flip it top shelf. Just missed, and then almost gets run there, but battles it off the check, and now just barely turns it over. Zach Kassian trying to turn over that puck. He's going to start back the other way as the Canucks get in on the attack. I believe that's Hoglander there going for a chance for the Canucks, but now back the other way. Now Zach Kassian with a little dipsy doodle, and they are not going to whistle that down. Kassian not fully paying attention. Can't get it going. Now Slater Cuckoo on the defensive side. You guys noting? This one played into the zone. Cuckoo blocks it again. There's another block shot by Slater Cuckoo. This puck comes up and out of play. 18:41 to go. That's his second block of the night. And here's the thing. All right, is normally Oilers' third pairing defensemen or players that line up in the third pairing role don't often stick out for good reasons, and that's why I'm so happy with Slater Cuckoo, because seeing Slater Cuckoo stick out for good reasons gives me hope. So it's good to see what we're seeing out of Slater Cuckoo so far. That one stopped in front again by Koskinen. Another block shot there. Cahoon trying to find a puck. I really don't understand why Cahoon's taken the centerman's role on the ice when Draisaitl just needs to get back into the middle of the ice. Now Kyler Yamamoto without a stick. His stick's at the blue line. The Canucks pressing here. Basically a 5-on-4.5 as Yamamoto is not going to be able to do much kicking it with his feet. He's not that big of a guy. But Cahoon gets it into the offensive zone. Canucks turn it back as soon as it crosses the blue line. The Oilers trying to turn this one back, and there's Cuckoo to retrieve the puck at his own blue line. This one's going to be chipped ahead into the neutral territory, and, well, fought there hard by both teams. Maybe somebody's going to come up with it. How about the Oilers? Current shift for Tyson Barrie, 1:06. Get that man off the ice before he costs us a goal. And that looks to be an offside against the Oilers. 10-9 the shots. This one, look at this, right there, big save, toe save, and then that one goes right wide. Yeah, Sutter, I mean, what do you expect, right? Sutter's going to miss that puck for sure. And now, well, Kyle Turris Josh Archibald and Jesse Puljujärvi are going to get out there. Puljujärvi working the stick with his wing attacker. I think that's Roussel wearing number 26 for the Canucks. Now back behind the Canucks net. There's a nice play by Turris and Puljujärvi to almost turn that puck over side of the net. They couldn't get it going. Now Puljujärvi is going to get this one up the ice. It's going to be chipped ahead. Hopefully Braden Shen has a point in the St. Louis game. Or Colton Parayko would take either or. 17:21 to go in this second period. The Oilers coming a little bit more to life here. There's a little bit more bumping and a grinding and a jump in the step, I guess you could say. I don't know. It's just a little bit more noticeable. They're moving their feet a little bit more. Can I say any more cliches in a sentence or two? Caleb Jones, he's going to chip this one off the boards down the ice, and that's an effective third-line shift, as they didn't really play much time in their own defensive zone there. 16:54 to go. And you see here, this one's going to be back and played across. Kara gets wiped out there, and that's 2 hits that Kara's gotten absolutely demolished on, like landing full body on the ice. So that's something to pay attention to too, is him getting wiped out a couple times. There's Chase on throwing the body. Like to see that, as he needs to do that to stay in the lineup, quite honestly. 16:28 to go. Bear's going to chase this one behind his own net. He's going to flip it ahead. Now you've got Darnell Nurse leading this one out. This one's going to be on the attack now. Chase on down low. Kara coming out to play the puck. Ennis going to find this one behind the net, but not for long as it comes back the other way. Darnell Nurse, safety pass to Ethan Bear, who safety passes it back to Darnell Nurse, but hops, skips, and jumps over his stick. Canucks back the other way. Wired shot, misses wide. Oilers retrieve the puck. Up and out of the zone it comes. Nugent Hopkins gets wiped out, then takes a man out with him. And now this one's going to come back. Ooh, nice little stick in the lane there. I think once again, Slater Cuckoo with a good defensive play. Keep an eye on that. And there's McDavid toe dragging all the way around. He's trying to find the shot. Down and out's Holtby. Save made. Kazian's behind the goaltender looking for a rebound. And yeah, again, a couple of things don't change with Connor McDavid to start the season. Lazy back checks and, well, unfortunately as well, taking too long to shoot the puck looking for the pass. So, what do? Just watch this one. Bang, toe drags, gets the puck. He's looking. Like, why wait for Zach Kazian's stick? You got the goalie on a string. Just shoot the puck. Kazian will bang home the rebound. Don't be scared to be selfish. You're Connor McDavid. Anyone would understand. But you know what? 1 goal and 11 shots so far for Mikko Koskinen. This one battled there, and that's going to be turned over, and that's a brutal play by Tyson Barrie, but thankfully a good save by Mikko Koskinen to make that one for sure. "12 shots now for the Canucks, 15:20 to go in this second period. Man, if that's the Tyson Barrie we're going to get defensively all year, we may have an issue, but at the same rate, you know what? He's also looked good a couple other times on back checks, so we'll give him a chance. As Connor McDavid back checks and gets a block. Oh my goodness. Go believe that one. Connor McDavid back there, back checking, forces a block, whether it be a Canucks player or not. As it is what it is now Brandon Sutter gets this one along the boards. The Canucks battling behind. Now you got Adam Larsson taking a swipe at the guy. And here's the thing. Adam Larsson's kind of been taking swipes at guys today. Even on that goal against, he was trying to throw a big hit. So I don't know if that's part of his game to be more physically engaged or what this year, but that's something to keep an eye on too. Because here we go. Colton Lang. Ooh. 14:47 to go in this second period. Don't say it ain't so. Here we go. This one's going to go back behind the Oilers net. Adam Larsson plays it to Caleb Jones, who rings it around the boards. This one's going to be played up. Now you got Kyler Yamamoto coming up the ice. He's battling in. He's going to go lose that puck briefly, but turn. Oh man, Honey Badger mentality. Draisaitl across to Yamamoto, baby, back in the net. Let's go. Ha 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 ha. There you go. That's, well, who said it? The Draisaitl line was going to score first tonight? How about that? Don't need Nuge there. Yamamoto gets the job done. Might have went pointless in the playoffs, but 4 games without a point was a little too long for Kyler Yamamoto. Game number 5 and number 1 of the 2021 season Kyler Yamamoto goes out there and gets the job done. What a pass by Draisaitl on a platter to Kyler Yamamoto, and you better believe that. Bing, bang, back of the net over the sprawling defender, over the blocker of Holtby, and she is a 1-1 hockey game now. Oh yeah, there we go. We like to see that. 14-16 to go. We got some life now. We got some juice. Let's get this done. Now it's all about going out and capitalizing. And you know what? Hey, some things don't change with Connor McDavid. How about things not changing with Leon Draisaitl? Still an amazing passer. Big save. Back in the net pass from the Canucks offense. And a big save by Mikko Koskinen to follow up that play. Yamamoto turning that puck over. Draisaitl picks it up and then fires it across to Yamamoto, who's sporting the Dolynny TV goatee if I've ever seen it. Not fully connected, kind of a scraggly color, but still there on the face, looking like a little bit of dirt. But Kyler Yamamoto gets it done. And then a big save from Mikko Koskinen, rocking that weird Oilers helmet. I mean, it's going to go well with the retro jersey. Kind of looks off with this one, but what do? As this one, another shot, big block there by, I believe that's Tyler Ennis. Breaks his leg the last game, big block there, and you like to see that as well. Here we go. Jujhar Khaira pushing that puck. And yeah, and this doesn't look too good. I mean, he made a big block there, so go off the ice, and there we go. How about Mikko Koskinen making a save? And if Tyler Ennis is out of the lineup, what do? Do you go with Tyler Benson to replace him tomorrow night? I think you do. That's a huge block by Tyler Ennis, and that may or may not be how a certain Adam Larson may have gotten injured in opening night against the Canucks for sure. Lisa, we'll catch you tomorrow. Oh, trust me, I feel the poop part for sure. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's get to this. 1-1 goal from Leon Draisaitl. That's a huge one. Big pass across to Kyler Yamamoto, who scores the first Oilers goal of the season. And hey, don't look now, but Kyler Yamamoto has 27 points in his last 28 games. Craziness that is Kyler Yamamoto, and you love to see that. You know what? Nuge isn't the end-all be-all of that line, because really the chemistry goes big time between Draisaitl and Yamamoto. That's where it really connects all together. So, ladies and gentlemen, that's all I have to say on that. I have to just quickly check Twitter, because I'm sure Twitter's just going to explode here in a second. As wow, all right, good job, Hockey Broad. That's huge. Let's see. What else do we got? Yeah, I'm a big goal. Oilers Nation all over it. Oilers Nation all over. And just like that, great steal by him to create turnover. And then Draisaitl feeds Yamamoto, who rips a one-timer. He is so good at stripping pucks and creating turnovers. And don't knock the ability to draw penalties either. Great play all the way around so far from Yamamoto this evening. You'll like to see it. Ladies and gentlemen, we've crossed 50 likes on the stream. If you haven't left a like already, I mean, 50 other people have. Why not you? I'm a terrible salesman, all right? Yeah, man, if I was a good salesman, I wonder where I could be. But anyway, bringing Yummy in for more time to play would spark something. The kid is impressive. Oh, man. Kyler Yamamoto is quite something, that's for sure. And just wanted to say you've been doing a great job commentating, really making my evening here. Hey, N4, appreciate you being along. That's all I can really say. Appreciate you being along and enjoying things. As the Canucks here, they're going to work this puck. High point. Sorry, Quinn Hughes dipsy-doodled there a couple of times, and I lost my train of thought. I'd really like Quinn Hughes if the Canucks are to score another goal this game to get a point so as the fantasy team gets some points. You know, I haven't been involved in fantasy hockey in a long while, but I need as many points as I can to beat Mr. Jeff tonight, so I'd like to do that. 13:06 to go in this second period. It's going to be played down along the boards. That's where Darnell Nurse is going to fire it up, or is that Leon Draisaitl? That's Darnell Nurse. 12:56 now on the clock. 15-11 the shots for the Canucks. And they're working it high point. This one's going to be tipped on down, ripped on down, and that's where Connor McDavid bats it into the corner. And here we go. This one's going to go as Ethan Bear is going to go across, and now you've got Connor McDavid, or Nugent Hopkins, sorry, on the breakout. McDavid on the wing. McDavid's going to fire this one to the net. There we go. McDavid actually takes a shot. Like to see that. Directs one towards the net. Now behind the net, you've got an opportunity here. Slater Cuckoo's going to fire this one. Jesse Puljujärvi. Ladies and gentlemen, Jesse Puljujärvi seeing some time on the top line, briefly, albeit during a line change, with McDavid and Nuge. Great chance. Pool party right in front. Can't get it going. And now all of a sudden the Oilers have a little zone possession starting here. Slater Cuckoo behind the net. This one's going to be turned back and fired, but not good. Now Puljujärvi with it along the corner. He's going to find that one onto the stick of Elias Pettersson. Tristan, it was Mr. Kailer Yamamoto. 27 points, 28 games, up just under point per game average, continuing for him. And now Yamamoto, another turnover shot, glove save off of Cahoon by Braden Holtby. And the Oilers suddenly buzzing. Oh, man. Look at that. And Jesse Puljujärvi, that flick shot, big save by Braden Holtby in the stand-up position. Look at this one. This one a nice chance here too, as Puljujärvi just misses tapping that one home. As McDavid trying to get that one going as well. 11:39 to go in the second period. This one back into Canuck possession. Sorry, they're going the other way now, and I'm just a little confused by it. I haven't watched a lot of hockey recently, so bear with me. The Canucks in the offensive zone. It'll be right onto the tape of Draisaitl. This one's going to go to Cahoon. And this one's going to go back the other way. And I might put my scoreboard back up. Oh, hey, you guys are asking for the score and I don't have it up. Duh. There we go. Let's get that going. Sorry, Budsy. As now Cahoon back. He's going to try the half clap. Fake shot. Not going to work. And, well, Braden Holtby stands tall, but the Oilers drive possession. Tyson Barrie, who we haven't seen much of or heard much of since that weird play that almost cost a goal. And then, of course, the half clap slap shot. Big slap shot, actually. Why I'm saying half clap because of Cahoon. That caught Nate Schmidt up high, but now you've got him back there off the ice. Jones, Larson back on the ice. 10:43 to go in the second period. Now we're going to see this. Ah, there we go, Buzzy. You are texting me. Sorry, guys. Terrible. Anyway, this one. Back behind the Canucks net. They're going to play this one around as now in on the attack goes Caleb Jones with another ill-advised pinch. This is maybe what everybody talked about with Ethan Bear last year, ill-advised pinches. That has been two of them now this game from Caleb Jones. Something to watch for, and please somebody remind me to tell you that in the game review that hopefully features an Oilers win. That one, a nice save by Braden Holtby to just swallow that up, and then the puck gets swatted into the corner. Nice little fake half clap, and then just an attempt to try and beat a goalie straight up. Would have been nice to see him get it done, but Dominic Cahoon can't score his first in Oilers Silks, so no worries there. As let's go, keep this going. Ryan Nugent-Hopkins getting it going, and ooh, some McDavid. Okay, hold on, Tyson, pay attention. Ethan Bear, he's going to play this one behind his own net. He's going to play it across to Ryan Nugent-Hopkins, who's going to see Connor McDavid streaking. Nuge is going to play this one across. McDavid right there, and wow. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm sorry, they're going to call that a penalty. And, yeah, they're going to call that a penalty, a slash on the man defending Connor McDavid. Wow. That is never called a penalty. I'm sorry. That is never called a penalty against Connor McDavid, and they call that a penalty. What a toe save by Braden Holtby, though. But I'm a little in shock. New year, but different result. Cheers to that. Cheers to that. Yeah. Wow, all right. So a couple of messages coming in here. What the heck? Apparently you guys are not a big fan of Harnarayan Singh doing the play-by-play. I'll tell you, I believe it's his first national telecast that I've caught. So, and of course I'm hearing it through a half-open ear, so that's the hard part. All right, now, to get back to it, what we have to say is simply, put it this way, is we just need the Oilers to capitalize here. I like what you're saying, Michael, as the Oilers definitely need to capitalize. Yeah, interesting. And yeah, Jackal, that's the hard part. The Oilers actually get a penalty called on Connor McDavid, right? Like somebody slashes Connor McDavid, they call it a penalty. So now the big part is you've got to capitalize here on it, and I'd expect the Oilers need to do it on Connor McDavid's birthday. Oh, don't forget, we have a little bit of something to do for Connor McDavid in the intermission. Here we go. This one, a beautiful rush, and like seeing Connor McDavid get in, and I mean, that's a minor whack on Connor McDavid by standards of what he's used to. And yeah, he's yelling for a penalty like he should be on every play, but interesting to see it doesn't work for in the Canucks' favor, slashing them like that, as this one's going to be played across. Connor McDavid, a little bit of swing in there to the play, but can't get it going. Tyson Barrie looking, hesitating, looking for that shot. Nice to see Barrie looking for the shot. Chase on out there on the power play. 1:42 to go. Chase on just misfires that puck. That was special. But you know what? Good chance on the side of the net. Can't say that wasn't a good chance. This one's going to be flipped into the neutral zone. Glove down by Tyson Barrie. Now the Oilers power play trying to set up 59 power play goals by the Oilers last season. That's one thing. We'd like them not to rely so much on the power play. And the first goal of the game wasn't on the power play. So that was nice to see. As this one, I'm getting all kinds of weird leg spikes in my stream, so keep in mind I may miss something here. That one off the stick and skate of Connor McDavid goes wide. 9:07 to go with 1:07 left in the power play. Connor McDavid loading up. There's a shot chance. Chase on. Can't bury it. Nobody home on the back door. McDavid now, he's all of a sudden gotten his legs working this power play. Connor McDavid's buzzing around there on the power play. And where is the Tyson Barrie shot coming in? Like everybody talks about Tyson Barrie shooting this puck, but that is not what he has done so far this power play, both attempts so far. As now Tyson Barrie, he's going to load up and get it going. And it's nice to see they're going to have Tyson Barrie kind of carry that puck, and they're not traditionally going just back to McDavid. So there's some new, off the post. Off the post. Big chance there for Draisaitl. Kind of an awkward carry right on the top of the crease. Hits the post, just tucking it around Braden Holtby. He's not too impressed with himself on that one. But, again, another minute-and-a-half shift on the power play for the Oilers' top power play guys. And look at that. Just so close. Can't jam it off the post. My goodness. Oh, my goodness. Look at that one. Just right there. Ugh. Tough. Just right off the post. Not close to being a 2-1 game. Now Holtby's going to go for some repair. He's going to get going. Last shift, minute 34. Why does Draisaitl need to play a minute 34 on the power play? I still don't get why we need to play these guys a minute 34. We have plenty of players to get it going. All right. 8:22 to go in this second period. 21 seconds in the Oilers power play. Darnell Nurse, Ethan Bear out there. They're going to work this puck up the middle. Kyle Turris fires it across. Bear leads it in. Ennis out there now. And that's, I guess, what you're going to see is Ennis is going to make up his playing time on the second power play unit. That's interesting when they only get to play 34 seconds and don't even get a zone possession. What do? 7:56 to go, but then they're the team on the ice right away as Darnell Nurse leads a rush. Darnell Nurse dancing away. You're kidding me, this guy couldn't be a forward. 7:47 to go in this period. This one's going to be played down into the corner. Now this one's going to go back to the point. Shot coming in, Besser. Save, and apparently they're not going to let Koskinen play it. 7:34 to go in this second period. 7:35, pardon me. Look at this. What a play by Dipsy Doodle. What a nice play by Darnell Nurse to cut through the middle, get that shot on Braden Holtby. You like to see it. And I mean, again, like the guy is gifted offensively. We just don't get to see it enough because he's not a forward. Anyway, enough of crying about that tonight, I guess you could say. And I don't know what's next for Chris Russell after falling down the depth chart, but apparently that's getting 12 views this hour. 7:30 to go in the second period. Have the Oilers like traded Chris Russell or something? Anybody know that? I don't know why that video would have 12 views. But 7 minutes or so to go in this second period, and now all of a sudden hitting a lull after that power play. Good power play chance off the post for Leon Draisaitl, who's back out there with Dominic Cahoon. He's switching it around. Shot from the point, blocked in front. Now Yamamoto taking it to Quinn Hughes. That's a little bit taking it too much to Quinn Hughes. Almost worked out for Yamamoto. Side of the net, now again taking it to the man and can't come up with that puck. As Yamamoto falls down for a second time this shift, Caleb Jones, who's potentially had the weirdest game of the day so far. Just a couple bad pinches and not looking like he's ready for those big minutes yet. Yamamoto again knocked to the ground. That's 3 times Yamamoto's been on his knees or on his butt this shift, and now he's on the bench. Probably a good thing for him. Cuckoo out there battling this puck. Cuckoo taking a hit. He's battling the man to the net and keeps the man to the side of the net. Tyson Barrie crashing the net, and that's a big save by Mikko Koskinen to just cover that puck. Kailer Yamamoto a little shaken up. My goodness, it's already 9:31, and I ain't a bit tired. As that's a big hit. Oh man, head rattled. Hits the referee, kind of dummies himself into the boards, and yeah, he's going to be hurting after that one. That's tough, that's for sure, for Kailer Yamamoto. Alright, let's keep this going, shall we? 6:26 to go in the second period. Jujhar Khaira out there to take a face off. That I think is either his second or third one of the game if he's had any this period so far. He lost it anyway. The Canucks on the attack. Now hemmed in their own zone are the Oilers. No surprise there with Jujhar Khaira on the ice, but I mean, what are you supposed to do when you're still playing Jujhar Khaira on the fourth line, right? As this one shot misses wide. That's another shot attempt that doesn't hit, but now Jujhar Khaira has a chance to get it out. Khaira doesn't, but how about Chiasson does? They're going to rope it in, and that's where Slater Cuckoo is going to be onside. He's going to rope it to the middle of the ice. Missed there. The Oilers protect the puck. They get right back to it. Chiasson puts it behind the net. Ennis can't come up with it. Bad pass by Chiasson a little bit there, and now 5:47 to go in the second period as the Oilers getting on the work a little bit here. Ennis on the forecheck can't come up with that puck. They're going to go for a change, do the Oilers. And this one's going to go down the ice. Ethan Bear meets it there. Darnell Nurse gets it off the rim around the boards. This one's going to come up and out. And just a little bit of silly town play there. Can't exactly meet up with Connor McDavid in flight. So Darnell Nurse back on the defensive, trying to make sure this puck stays in the corner. Now shades to the front of the ice. Connor McDavid working down low. Like to see that. Like to see that. And a poke check. Frees the puck up briefly. Connor McDavid with a nice defensive poke check. And the Canucks overpass the puck out of the zone. 5 minutes left in a 1-1 hockey game in the second period. Here's a chance. Chance in front blocked, and that was a golden opportunity that just a little underpass. And now, how about this back the other way? Don't know who's diving back there to try and make a play, but that looks like the Oilers in 18-19 trying to play defense. 4:45 to go in this period. And there we go. Koskinen just playing calm. Adam Larsson rocking quite the beard. I mean, he's always normally rocking a beard, but that thing looks pretty in check out there tonight. And Mikko Koskinen making saves, making it look kind of easy. Honestly, he's looked pretty solid so far tonight. Let's see exactly what we're talking about. How about 1 goal on 19 shots for Koskinen so far this evening? 1 goal on 17 shots for our Edmonton Oilers. The box score looks as such. Shots on goal, Dominic Cahoon 3, Connor McDavid 3, Nurse 2, Yamamoto 2. You've got Puljujarvi with that glorious shot he had. And yeah, things working out so far for both teams. At least, now an even game. Now if both teams are having a bad game, both teams are tied. So you can't complain, that's for sure. Trying to line up an intermission guest here. There we go. Let's get it going. Sorry. Voice is starting to hurt. It's going to be a fun day at work tomorrow, that's for sure. But what we see now is that Jesse Puljujarvi is now up to 7 minutes and 13 seconds on the ice. So he should finish this game around about, I don't know, just about 11 minutes this hockey game. Not too bad. Kyle Turris by comparison, 754 with that extra time on the penalty kill. There we go. Generate momentum. Boys can't rely on a goalie 24/7. I don't think we're exactly relying on the goalie. Mikko Koskinen hasn't made any 5-alarm saves yet, but big thing is we just need to get out there and get things going. As you know what? Keep the attack going. So who's winning? Rihanna? Who's winning? Pretty simple. Nobody. It's a 1-1 hockey game so far. Oh. Alright. Quickly, check this. And then, actually, Jujar's not had a bad game by comparison. Did it? Alright, here we go. This one. One back. Canucks onto the attack. There's a big hit there by Archibald, who actually now we get the Turris, Puljujärvi, and Archibald line out there. Liked what they've given so far. This one's going to go off the boards, maybe somewhere, maybe. Nope. This one's going to come back into the Oilers zone. The Canucks in on the attack. They're going to rip the shot from the half wall. It's not going to work out now. Directed to the front of the net. Not going to work there either. This one back to the point. Quinn Hughes comes up with it. He fires a blind pass across to Tyler Myers, who outworks Josh Archibald. Gee, I wonder why. 4:01 to go in this second period. Current shift for Tyler Myers, 1:35 so far. But of course there was a little commercial break in there as well. So this one's still possession by the Canucks. And another save by Mikko Koskinen. 3:45 to go in this second period. Sorry guys, just getting... There we go. Pull down the jeans a little bit. Good to go. And Elias Pettersson battling with Adam Larsson in front. Elias Pettersson kind of looks a little bit bigger this year. And here we go. Alright. Career high 18 goals for Jake Virtanen last year. Interesting. I would not have guessed that with commentary about him in the, what was it? In the offseason, in the playoff bubble, about how heavy he came in and all that. Anyway, 3:41 to go. The Canucks deflect this one down. Now Darnell Nurse in a race with it against Tyler Mott. This one's going to be worked there by the Canucks. Nice little stand-up poke check by Ethan Bear to play that puck. Now Leon Draisaitl back the other way. He loses the puck for a second. Gets it out of the zone at least. Looking for the stretch pass to Kyler Yamamoto. Nice to see him back on the ice. 3:20 to go in this second period, as the Oilers just haven't really had much going on since that power play. Would be nice to see them get it going for sure. And this one, Penguins versus Flyers, Friday at 5 p.m. on Sportsnet. Must not be a big day on Sportsnet, I guess you could say, if the Flyers and Penguins are on. Let's see what we get going here. Is this one's going to be a face-off at center ice. Jujhar Khaira coming out to take it. And this one's going to be one back. Now Tyler Ennis right there. Now across to Ethan Bear up the ice. And this one's going to go down the boards. Jujhar Khaira in a battle there with Jay Beagle. He almost wins it. Now a chase on chance. Fired and up off of Braden Holtby and out of play. 3 minutes to go in this second period. Most combined points season opener since 2016. McDavid and Draisaitl. Austin Matthews and Morgan Riley, and Mitch Marner and Austin Matthews. I guess you can do that. And here we go. McDavid and Draisaitl do lead the way out of those three groups, even though two of the groups include the same guy. What do you do? 2:59 to go. Now back the other way, Vancouver off of a face-off win. This one's going to be played back around. Darnell Nurse plays it up there to Tyler Ennis, who loses the puck in the skates. Jujhar Khaira sees this one get past him, and Ethan Bear battling the man. Ooh. Oh, man. Niels Höglander scores his first career NHL goal. Tough go. Tough go. That was a discombobulated play at best. I mean, you want to lay blame on here. Try to think of who to actually lay blame on here. You've got two forwards trying to get the puck out. They both pass it into the same guy twice. And then Mikko Koskinen makes a save. I don't really know how that puck goes through. I like the reverse angle if I could. But you got it going there. Then you got Jujhar Khaira skating back. I mean, what do you do? What, like, that's 4 guys at fault on the same goal. I mean, how far back do you want to go? Do you want to go, shouldn't have been turned over, shouldn't have been that, shouldn't have been that? If, and end of the day, it ended up happening, right? You can say shouldn't, couldn't have, wouldn't have, but it all ends up happening. 2-1 Vancouver Canucks, 2:31 to go. Right there. Again, still what do you do? And I mean, Tyler Ennis just as guilty as anyone else on that play. Pearson and Horvat get assists, so they've both had 2 points tonight. So good night for anyone that's got 2 big-time Vancouver Canucks in fantasy, by the way. And now the Oilers back hungry to get it back the other way. Now, Nuge across to McDavid. Now, oh, here we go. This one back the other way, Cuckoo. Big save there. And look at that, McDavid blow away speed, hooked all the way, and they're just going to call that a penalty. Really? That's all they're going to call it a penalty. That was a kind of screwy play because it was going back the Oilers' way, right? Like, Bo Horvat had a chance, Cuckoo was caught, and I mean, you could almost argue the same thing. The Cuckoo chance could have been a penalty shot if it would have held on any longer. And then McDavid held up there with the stick. He's pointing to center ice. And here's one thing I'm not liking out of McDavid to start is he's yelling at the refs, this is a penalty, that is a penalty. I'm going to tell you, that is not how you win things with the refs, is telling them how to do their job. Here we go. Yep, and Chason still on the penalty, or power play. That's welcome to it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we've got 152, hopefully a goal here to tie it going into the third period to set up a little bit of drama. Tyson Barrie on the face-off. He's going to get it going there. Now, Nugent Hopkins plays down to Barrie, who goes back to... Oh, there's the shot from Barrie. The one-timer right on the net. Like to see that, by the way. How about that instead of the cleft bomb off the backboards back of the net? Who needs the backboards when you can hit the net? That's for sure. 1:30 to go in this second period. And Barrie's going to play this one ahead. This one back behind. Into the play now. Draisaitl plays there for McDavid, who's going to lead into the zone, dodge a man, and still don't get why they're using Connor McDavid to enter the zone every time. Still don't get it. Anyway, Nuge going to play this one. McDavid getting it going. This shot, there we go, one-timer. Chance for Draisaitl, can't get it going. 54 seconds to go. Ozone time so far have been very even for both teams. 50 seconds to go in this second period. Now, Nugent Hopkins looking for a chance here to play this puck. He's got a man wide open in front. He's not going to take it. Now, rip shot. Connor McDavid off the side. Chase on jamming away at it. Back door to Nuge. Now, back across. Barrie to McDavid. Barrie looking for the shot. Nuge, he's going to fire this one. Side of the net, wide. Chason gets knocked down. 20 seconds to go. Nugent Hopkins shot clocked in at 69.1 miles an hour on the wrist shot. That's pretty crazy. As now, Draisaitl back to Barrie. Teed up, shot blocked in front. But look at this. The Oilers all over the Canucks here, and they are not going to get it clear. They are not going to get it clear with 7 seconds to go. This one here, down behind. And that will be the end of that period. What a finish to that one. The Oilers absolutely dominate on that power play. And I don't know. Tough go. Tough go. That was, I mean, they had some good looks on that power play. Yeah, you can say they need to shoot more. But honestly, considering most Oilers power plays, they shot the puck about 200 times more than they normally would in a regular power play. Here we go. See what we can do as live in this one. As it is Bo Horvat from Tanner Pearson in the first period. And then Yamamoto and Niels Hellglander scoring in the second period. Yamamoto, Draisaitl connecting, getting that goal going, that's for sure. And then Pearson and Horvat get the secondary points on the Hoglander goal, so they get their second points of the evening. Now, quick check across the board. Tampa, of course, beat Chicago 5-1. Toronto beat Montreal 5-4 in overtime. Vancouver up 2-1 on Edmonton. And the St. Louis Blues up 2-1 on Colorado as it currently stands. That's an interesting score. As Oscar Sundqvist, so far a goal. Jaden Schwartz, Robert Thomas assists. Tyler Bozak and Zach Sanford the assists on the Jordan Kyrou goal. Nothing there. And still, oh man, none of my fantasy players really doing anything much in action. I mean, even Philip Grubauer below 500 save or 900 save percentage. That kind of sucks. Oh, just got credited for a 900 save percentage, and how about 18 saves? So 9 points out of Philip Grubauer. That should help. You look at this so far. Where's Samuel Girard? He's looking at a +2 tonight. Okay, Samuel Girard. No, he's got 2 shots on goal. Pardon me. 2 shots on goal for Samuel Girard. I'm good to go. I'm happy with that. Need to see more out of everybody, and I especially need to see more out of the Oilers tonight. But end of the day, down 2-1 going into the second period. I mean, realistically, not that bad. You talk about 2 bad plays. End of the day, that's all that it's cost the Oilers. And instead of something where it's regularly ugly. And realistically, guys, I don't get where it's, if not for Koskinen, it would be an ugly game. Koskinen has not made any stellar saves. The Oilers have played pretty solid hockey, realistically, outside of 2 glaring mistakes. That's all it is. And Ace, Koskinen gets paid 4.5, not 5.5, 4.5. Worth every penny a little bit more. And Mike, waiting for Jack Michaels. Yeah, here's the thing. Here's the thing about how Sportsnet lined this up. This being a nationally televised game, we knew we weren't getting Jack Michaels, but the second you tell someone you're going to get Jack Michaels this season, and then you give them somebody else, there is going to be room for disappointment for sure. And here's the thing. Yes, Jim Rat, I'm not saying Koskinen hasn't made great saves, but the problem is it's not like Koskinen stealing the game. If Koskinen was stealing the game, it'd be 1-0 Oilers. And I'm not saying Koskinen's had a bad game or a subpar game, no. But straight up, the Oilers have played some solid hockey tonight as well. Honestly, like, nowhere in this have the Canucks looked far superior to the Oilers' offense, right? Offense to offense, neither offense looked far superior to either. And you think about that, right? The Oilers, they create a turnover, make a great play, whereas the Oilers make bad plays and cost themselves 2 goals. So, actually, that means the Canucks have looked worse tonight. That's an interesting part, is it's only 2-1 for the Canucks. And here's the thing. I came into this game full well expecting a couple of people to be upset as soon as the Oilers made a mistake or two, and that's why I'm not playing into it. It's a 2-1 hockey game, and trust me, I came into this expecting much worse. Okay, so 2-1, to sit here and get negative about being down 1 goal entering the third period, I don't know. Couldn't be me. Straight up, could not be me. I've waited 161 days. I've waited 161 days for this, and to sit here and see Oilers fans and people in the chat just be negative about a 2-1 hockey game, couldn't be me, man. You know what? I'm just happy to have hockey back. I'm a little tired now. Yeah, it's 10 o'clock. I'm getting a little tired. Might be getting a little grouchy, but I'm sorry. Not having it. This is Dolynny TV. You may be wondering why I'm standing out here in nothing but a tank top in about minus 15 degrees Celsius weather. Well, let me put it to you this way. Why do people cheer for the Calgary Flames? Exactly. Some things just don't make sense. This is Dolynny TV. If you're ever wondering why the green screen behind me for the Dolynny TV logo word art back on the set on Dolynny TV videos is always messed up. Well, consider this. In the same room, I can literally shadow box myself. Come on. You gotta be kidding me. If that doesn't give you a reason why, everything would be messed up sometimes. This is Dolynny TV. For those of you that don't know, this is the whole room that the whole set is in. Right? The green screen, the jerseys, the stand-up bookcase, the pucks, the pictures, everything's in a certain situation on the other wall. However, there's stuff like this hanging up on the other walls. Yes, you've already seen a blank wall. I got to figure that one out. There's stuff like this, and then suddenly there's stuff like this on the floor that you may remember from the old set. Got to figure something out. You want to help me figure that out? Let's figure that out. This is Dolynny TV. You thought these things were over, but don't you worry. There's this one still. What's the point of this one? I'm not entirely sure. Other than I probably need to still fill up my glass of water before I come on down to resume the stream. So as I sit here and natter on about absolutely nothing, oh wait, there I am. I better go now. Alright. Water's restocked. Let's do this. Let's do this. Let's check the phone quickly. And there it is. See what we get going here, as that was that, and here we go. Alright, boys got this. Jim, appreciate you saying that. It's good to go. Yeah, so here we go. Couple of things, right? And here's where I get negative about the Oilers game. I know I just yelled at everybody for being negative in the chat, but here's where I'm negative about things at the end of the day. Connor McDavid is still doing the things that frustrate us as Oilers fans. Not shooting the puck and not engaging defensively. He's engaged a lot more defensively compared to normal. That's a thing, but not like an elite centerman should. And then you've got, right, the D-zone reads and stuff. Sure, you can argue about that stuff, but I mean, that's 161 days since the Oilers last played a hockey game. I'd rather blame that at this point. But the frustrating part for me is just not seeing things change in Connor McDavid's game and just sitting there thinking, man, like they all talk a big tough game in camp. They all talk blah, 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 we're going to do this. And then you come out and you get the same thing out of that, right? Blah, blah, blah. We're going to be better defensively. Blah, blah, blah. We're going to be better 5-on-5. Blah, 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 that. And then you have Connor McDavid floating on that 2-1, right? That 2-1. No, not that 2-1. I guess 2-on-1. On that 1-0 goal. Not the 2-1 goal, the 1-0 goal. You have Connor McDavid literally not taking a stride from the Vancouver Canucks blue line all the way to the Oilers blue line. Frustrating. Frustrating at best. So, yeah. And realistically here, you guys want me to break down that Canucks goal like I broke down the Canucks goal in the first period? We don't need to break down the Yamamoto goal. That was pretty simple to break down. But the Niels Höglander goal, that one's not going to be too hard to break down realistically. So you go here, and it comes back the other way into the zone. Bear gets beat to the puck. Nurse recovers. Ennis turns it over. Ennis turns it over again. Kara got in there and interfered, and then Bear gets beat. Nurse and Kara don't take a man, and it ends up in the back of the net. All right, let's just watch that again. All right, let's just watch that again. Let's just watch this again. So Ennis gets in there. Kara whacks the puck off of Ennis's stick, and then Darnell Nurse, instead of battling Bo Horvat, lets him walk him in. All right, just watch this. Watch this. Just watch this here. So here you go. This one goes down there. Ennis plays it. Kara kicks it off his stick. Kara knocks it off of Ennis' stick. Darnell Nurse lets Bo Horvat get past him. Puck goes across. All right, let's just watch this. Puck goes across off of Bear's skate onto the stick of the Canucks player, off the pad of Zach Kassian, back of the net, or Darnell Nurse, sorry, I saw the comment, off of the rebound. Okay, can break it down that many ways. I mean, that play was awful all the way around, and I mean, straight up, right? Is what did the Canucks do to benefit there? They took advantage of a situation, and that's what the Oilers did to score their goals. But nobody wants to talk about how awful of a turnover it was by the Canucks on the Kailer Yamamoto goal. Let's play devil's advocate here. All right, let's just talk about this here. Let's go this way. As Yamamoto goes into the zone, he gets pushed off the puck, and then he comes back and stick lifts the guy. And I mean, the Canucks, the dude literally falls down, and the dude's sprawling on the ice to try and make the save. Right? Look at how ugly of a play that is by the Canucks. But nobody wants to talk about how ugly the Canucks defense was on that. Two guys almost below the zone. They're way behind. There's a guy literally trying to be a goalie in the middle of the ice. But nobody wants to talk about the Canucks defense. They just want to talk about how bad the Oilers are. And that's the frustrating part. That's why it's only a 2-1 game. All right, anyway. Let's get it going as I'll give you an update here. Right now, see what we were sitting at as 10:35 total views on the stream this hour. Not bad in 57 minutes if I don't say so myself. And a total of 3,565 views to start the stream. Absolutely. And what are we doing here? Okay, Elias Pettersson with a thank you message to the frontline workers. Oilers 20 shots on goal, the Canucks 25, and I gotta really stop squinting with one eye only. We already recovered the goals, 16-11 the hits for the Canucks, 20-17 the face-offs for the Canucks. So if we go by last year's metrics, that actually means the Oilers will win this game. The Oilers need to cash a power play goal at some point this game. That would be a key to winning. Giveaways are 5-5, takeaways are 2-2, and the Oilers have one more block shots. And Nathan, we're Oilers fans, not Nucks fans, but that's the thing. If you want to get down about the Oilers, but you aren't ready to beat up on the Canucks for having bad defense, we're missing half the point. That's what I'm saying. Is we're missing half the point here is we're talking about how bad the Oilers defense is. Meanwhile, the Canucks defense not that much better tonight. Not really at all. Here we go. That's all I'm saying. As these are these new jerseys or are these just new sets of pants for the Colorado Avalanche? Because I'm very confused by how brightly colored they are. I'm missing something. And Cody, the biggest thing that our head coach could do to make a mistake is change the lines right away. The worst thing he can do is change the lines after the first game. Is because thing is, we go all through camp and we create these lines just to change them after one game. We really aren't learning anything here in Edmonton. We got to stop changing lines every 5 seconds. That's all I got to say on that. Although, yes, I am open to changing the power play line because I would prefer to see Yamamoto or Puljujarvi up on the top unit. Puljujarvi preferably because, man, that big kid in front of the net, I would love to see him get going, banging in a couple goals. You want to talk about getting your confidence up? A couple greasy goals? That would be for sure. Canucks 2-1 over the Oilers. That's all good. It's all good. We'll get her back in this third period. And Damien, it's not about, we're not talking Jujhar Khaira is playing great. That Jujhar Khaira playing great is not why he's in the lineup. Jujhar Khaira being a centerman on this Oilers team that Dave Tippett knows, as opposed to putting Devon Shore in the lineup, is why Jujhar Khaira is in the lineup. Now, would I have preferred Ryan McLeod? Sure, I would like to see that, especially now seeing Niels Hoglander score, but one can dream. And yes, the power play needs to be changed. All right, what do we got coming in? All right. Oh, actually, that reminds me. I should throw you guys a commercial here quick, and we get going on to this period. Definitely, hopefully, something going. Man, let me tell you one thing I hate though. I hate the fact that 8 p.m. starts on Wednesday or a thing. Kills me. Absolutely kills me. And you're headed out for the third. Sounds good, Sam. This game, Hammy? Yeah, that's the other side too. This game definitely looks like a game between two teams that haven't played in 160 days. And that's where, you know what, if the Oilers come out a little sloppy, that's where I'm faulting it is. I'm not saying it's every player's fault or this or that. You imagine not playing a hockey game? Look at how rusty I am. I haven't streamed an Oilers game in 161 days. That's the tough part, for sure. And Damien, I'm not talking about carrying Kara. Why am I talking about carrying Kara? We needed to go with what we knew. And yes, here's the thing. Nathan on that second goal, it's Ennis and Kara fully. I think you got to blame because Ennis goes to make a play. Kara kicks it off his stick. Ennis turns it over. What a disaster that one was. But I think we all know what we have to do is just simply change up the power play. We want to yell about what's going wrong with the Oilers here so far. The biggest thing, the power play. What's the power play doing? 0 for 3 so far tonight, right? There's where you look. That's normally our big time moneymaker in Oilers games, and here we have it 0 for 3, and potentially, well, should be 0 for 3 if they don't score in the next 8 seconds. With 45 seconds to go before puck drop on this one. And this is interesting how they're doing this because they're using the in-arena boards to get like the scoreboard or Jumbotron to get things going for the broadcast. Really like that. Here we go. Niels Hoglander there. Scores his first career NHL goal. Flashback. And what's this a flashback to? Oh, when he did the Michigan for Team Sweden. Alright. Playing for Rogel BK. Oh my goodness, this guy's got some hands. That's against Skellefteå. And why is everything in Sweden such terrible quality? Why is that? Why is that? Alright, here we go. Oh boy. Oh no. Oh boy. Oh boy. Say it ain't so. Say it ain't so. Let's get to this, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get this puck dropped. The top line will start. That pushed back there, and here we go. As Zach Kassian rifles into the zone. That one across. Bang! Darnell Nurse gets it going. Big goal. I think that actually counts as a power play goal. That was quick. Talk about that. There you go. I mean, here we go, right? We want to criticize things all the heck. Well, Darnell Nurse may be part of that mistake on that second goal, and there we go. He gets it right back, kind of like how Yamamoto made up for his mistake. Bing, bang, back in the net, Darnell Nurse. And you look at that. Beautiful pass by Zach Kassian. If you had Zach Kassian getting the assist on the tying goal in the third period, I don't think many of us would have placed that either, but what a shot there by Zach Kassian. Heck yes. Gotta like that. And by the way, I drafted first overall in fantasy. I ended up picking Connor McDavid, obviously, so it is what it is. What a shot there by Darnell Nurse. And Ace, I'm fully with you on that. I'm fully with using Darnell Nurse as a forward. That's been my motto for 2 years now. Way to solve the cap issue. Now, 2-2 game. Canucks have it in the Oilers zone. This one's going to be forced out. Now you watch the Oilers dig in. Now that they've got something to play for, this would be where the Oilers definitely decide to dig in. Ethan Bear, though, against a much bigger, tougher Bo Horvat, much more experienced Bo Horvat. That's a losing battle. Edler battles that one right off the body of Hoglander, I think. And now Draisaitl comes in to retrieve that puck. This one's going to go up the ice, and I got to get the scoreboard back up. Pardon me. No scoreboard stayed up. Never mind. I'm blind. So here we go. This one's going to go back into the Oilers zone. I got to stop crossing my arms, guys. Ethan Bear. Puck played up. This one's going to be out of the zone now. In on the attack. The Oilers come. Leon Draisaitl trying to play this one off the boards. He'll rim it down. Canucks back the other way. They're not going to get it going here. As this one's going to get going. Oof, there's the post. There's a good chance for the Canucks, but they can't beat it. Just an innocent looking hockey play. Quinn Hughes, shot, hits Virtanen, shot again, and this one's going to go up and out of play finally. There you go. That's a good little shift response by the Canucks. Gotta like that, but now the Oilers need to dig in and just get it done. That one off the corner bar. Nice chance. Look at that little play by Elias Pettersson, and look at that one right off Jake Virtanen, almost domes himself in the head. Yikes. As here we go. Face off. Turris gets it going. As Jesse Puljujärvi, man, Jesse Puljujärvi, absolutely. You know what? Even if he's looking awkward out there, he's doing all right. He's doing all right. Now back the other way. Josh Archibald coming in on the attack. He's going to find this puck come across, and that one cut off in the middle. And this one back the other way now. Antoine Roussel. Chance there. Gaudette can't get it going. This one's going to be turned back the other way, and now Gaudette again. Blast shot, middle of the ice. That's back of the net for number 96, Adam Gaudette. This one. Let me watch this one a little bit quick here. This one. That one there is, who's on the ice here? It's Adam Larsson. Adam Larsson and Caleb Jones. So, hold on, let me watch this one more time. Caleb Jones gets caught chasing Gaudette. Turris loses his man. Looks pretty standard. Man, tough go. Adam Larsson has to watch the man in the corner. I really don't know. I guess, do you blame the 2-4 high forwards? I guess realistically, that's where I'd be blaming it. Kyle Turris was the only man coming from the right side. As I'd be blaming the guys off the puck on that play. Tim, that's a good point there. That's where I'd be placing blame. Now 3-2 for the Canucks. Darnell Nurse back behind the net. Ethan Bear. He's going to play it up. Now Connor McDavid getting this one going. And this has shades of 2019's opener written all over it now. 3-2 Canucks going in the third period. The Oilers end up winning that game, by the way. Now Bo Horvat plays this one around. And now this one back down into the Oilers zone. Cuckoo and Barry out there on defense for the Oilers now. This one back. I've got my mouse on my screen. I need to get that off there. And Pearson's going to shoot this puck. Blocked in front by McDavid. Good to see him engaged. Gaudette gets it going back to the point for the Canucks. This one up and out of play. And we'll have a stop in play. Alright. See what we got going on here. Is they're just throwing a Sportsnet ad up our way. Sportsnet Now. I don't know why you'd want to advertise Sportsnet Now. It was down during the Leafs-Habs game. There was a bunch of people freaking out. And now we're still talking about the Adam Gaudette one-timer. Now we're going to get Draisaitl into the face-off dot against Elias Pettersson. This one's going to get back to the point. This one. Virtanen getting it going. This one's back and puck bounced around and somehow Kyle Turris gets knocked down. Don't know how. This one's going to go back to the shot. Alright. 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 Hughes holding the line. Nobody getting it going, and yeah, you look at Dave Tippett, he's not too impressed. He's not too impressed with that. Alright. Here we go. And I'm going to tell you, straight up, I got nothing to gain from streaming the rest of this game for you guys tonight. I really don't got much else to gain from streaming. So, all right. Yeah, I think that's about time for me to head out. Ladies and gentlemen,